allow the children to have the budget every year.
It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay.
She
Off your mind. Off your mind.
like me.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go sama us, call am hate speech. But fear not, my ego don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. My ego diary politico, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Sure. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. Still them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say my ego don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. My ego diary politico, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that my yegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say my yegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say my yegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh, yo, yo. My yegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun diary Nayibi #1. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun diary Nayibi #1. Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú. Mayegun diary Nayibi #1. Lórí Facebook lórí YouTube. Mayegun diary Nayibi #1. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun diary Nayibi #1. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun diary Nayibi #1. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun diary Nayibi #1. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun diary Nayibi #1. Mayegun diary politico. Mayegun diary Nayibi #1. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Mayegun diary Nayibi #1. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Mayegun diary Nayibi #1. Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun diary Nayibi #1. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìí yẹ. Mayegun máa wí.
Yes, Suraki. Today. Hello there. Good morning to you. Good afternoon to you. And good evening to you from wherever you are joining us. This is Mayegun Live. Thank you so much for joining me. And if you have read the caption of the broadcast, I hope you also read the description of the broadcast. Then have you liked it? Because that is your offering. Like it, share it. To invite your friends and invite your not so friendly friends. Tell all of them that Mayegun today. And if you have done all of that, thank you again. Tonight, I have come with a load of other goodies to help feed and water that your subconsciousness, your ever informed mind, to keep them always informed from the updates coming from that contraption, the Nigeria. There are many people here, maybe not so many, who are still very much like politically correct. I am talking about those who feel somehow offended every time you say the truth about that contraption, Nigeria. They wish we use other languages. Why don't you use another better language? That your language is too blunt. It is too this, that. Politically correct worries. Hiding behind, let us be civil. When you are dealing with criminals, career criminals in this, in this kind of situation, don't try to be civil, especially if it involves APC. Don't be civil, and don't let anybody gaslight you. The situation of that contraption today, Nigeria, is beyond the, the olden days where people can easily gaslight you or blackmail you using their politically correct, outdated politically correct, words and all that. Don't try it. Okay, don't fall for it. APC, they are the most evil thing to have ever happened to this generation of those of us who come from that place, and calling them out every day, every hour, is a task that must be done, including those who wishes that what we are exposing possibly will come out wrong, so that they could come back later to say, you see, it is not as bad as you thought, I am always kind of trying to be very generous too. If I actually tell you the way things are, genuinely, in that contraption, they will easily label me enemy of, they've tried to label me the hater and all that stuff. Brethren, Nigeria is finished. And if there is any takeaway from the calamity APC, the only takeaway from this is that last, Nigeria will break up into pieces. Whether it's going to break into 2 countries, 4 countries, 6 countries, 60 countries, it doesn't really matter. It will break. And we are not asking them to put, their foot on a break right now. They should continue the destruction of the contraption, the destruction of our people. Last, Nigeria will break up. And that is going to be the biggest takeaway from all of this. Last. So on this platform, we have done our best to call the attention of a lot of you, those who are direct victims and those who are indirect victims. Direct victims of APC, are those who are living inside the contraption. Those ones that they have turned to prayer warriors. Those who are like wishful thinkers. those who wishes that this sword will pass over their head and they will be saved. No, you won't. APC, Egbekegbe, have wrecked Nigeria, and they are not even slowing down, and they don't look like they are going to possibly ever stop until you stop them, brethren. The last 17, 18 months of the APC, Egbekegbe, Thiefnubu and his gang, they have further wrecked Nigeria. Before now, they said, oh, Boko Haram took Nigeria 50 years backward in 8 years. You see, when Thiefnubu is done, you will be 500 years backward when he's finally done. It is just so crazy that majority of those who told you that what Boko Haram was doing in his 8 years, in his murderous 8 years, they said he was building Nigeria. It was going to make Nigeria better. It was only the corrupt people that were complaining. Or when Boko Haram was done, some of them are dead. Those who are not dead physically they are dead mentally. Walking corpses, so to say. It destroyed Nigeria economy beyond any repair. Then handed it over to Kolu, Thiefnubu, the kleptomaniac, Thiefnubu, the drug dealer, the drug addict, the demented Kolu. And in 17, 18 months, it has taken you probably about 150 years backward. But the same lunatics are telling you that Thiefnubu is reforming. Reforming. In 8 years, Boko Haram added over 100 trillion naira to your debts. In 18 months, Thiefnubu has added 47 trillion naira. Remember when I told you that he's been printing money, and they are not printing money to replace dirty money. They were printing money, and then the Central Bank of Nigeria, Kadobi Oduduwa Emefiole, he was printing money like printing press. Say, say if you go to a printing press and they say, how many copies do you need? Okay, you know what? Print me a poster. How many copies? Print me 2 million copies. I say, okay, sir. So we need another 2 million. I say, okay, oh yeah. You just put it on the in the printer, right? And we just be rolling up 2 million copies. Print another 2 million. They print another 2 million posters. That's how they've been printing money. And they have been packaging it, giving it to Thiefnubu. While the main source of Nigeria, supposed forex, crude oil, they have been pocketing whatever the proceeds from the crude oil, unaccounted for. Now, we have just been told that in just 18 months, Thiefnubu has printed and borrowed, added to your debt to 47 trillion naira. Now, here is the question. Similarly, just same way I asked you the last time or severally on this platform, could any one of you, the Olori Bruku Abobakus, the Buhari Danes, the Buhari Dideris, the Buhari Denotus, the Buhari Dijatus, the Buhari Shukus, the Ungoziaris, the Unekaharis, the obedient fools, the sophisticated morons, the Buhari idiots, the cyberbarians, the same way I asked you for years, if you could possibly point to what what Boko Haram used 27.5 trillion naira they gave to him, what he used it for. None of you could give me that, and so he used it money for that. All the borrowed money, could you point to what Boko Haram used the money for? None of you could actually say, oh, this is what they used the money for. Uncompleted projects everywhere, indebtedness that generations would have to pay. Generations will be born into poverty. I'm talking about 100 years to this time. As long as that contraption exists, generations will be born into poverty. Generations. That's scary. Well, it is going to be a child's play to what Thiefnubu is doing when Thiefnubu is finally done. So 47 trillion naira debt in 18 months. Can any of you, bat idiots, bad stats, Lagos Abobakus, Oshogbo Alimajiris, the crumb eaters, the crumb chasers, the ass lickers, the all risers, can any of you just point to what Thiefnubu invested 47 trillion naira money, the debt, 47 trillion? Can any of you please tell me what they used the money for? Is it on power? Did they use the money for road maintenance? Did they invest the money in your education or invested it in your healthcare? Could anybody or any one of you point and say, oh, this is what they used the money for? 47 trillion naira. The Nigerian's debt is now over 200 trillion naira. Nigerian naira is currently at 1,743 naira to $1. No thanks to Thiefnubu, right? Well, that is the breaking news. You likely will never know. No. 135 trillion basic. You are looking at, you see, because you see that one that I put on the screen as the, what you can say, thumbnail. That is not the debt of Nigeria. You have no idea. The debt of Nigeria, officially, these ones that they are cooking figure, that one is cooked figure from the, what do you call it? From their NBS. The original base of Nigeria in 2015, the debt of Nigeria was put at, it was a $13.5 billion. The exchange rate then was 148 naira to $1. So if you convert the debt of Nigeria to naira, back then they put the whole thing at I think it was 11 or 12 something trillion naira. That was the debt of Nigeria, local and foreign. But in 8 years of Boko Haram gang, the debt of Nigeria jumped to 105 billion naira plus the 13.5. So when you now, and then the exchange rate was put at 410 naira to $1. So when you now multiply the $105 billion by 400 and something, we're talking about over 150 trillion naira. Hang on, and this, sorry, over what you can, they put it at over 95 or so trillion. Hang on. However, the main exchange rate go out there was 710 naira. How many of you remember that? 710 naira to $1. That's how we got the 155 trillion naira debt for Nigeria. Today, the debt of Nigeria is now over $150 billion. Congo exchange with 1,743 naira to $1. And tell me if 135 trillion makes sense to you. They have finished that place totally, economically. Anyone who is aspiring that they want to be president of that contraption and they don't have any plan of arresting Boko Haram, arresting his wife Aisha, arresting their children, arresting their family members, then go on to the Boko Haram's ministers, appointees, arrest them. Those who are female, arrest their husband. Those who are male, arrest their wives, arrest their children. Like thousands of them, just pack all of them. Build a guillotine. Maybe say, place maybe say, go waste much time. Build a guillotine and lock all of them up in there. A special prison. Then arrest Thiefnubu, arrest his wife, their children, all of them, woman abroad, their family members. And then all the Thiefnubu's 48 thieves. Anybody where they talk say he wants to come and rule that contraption after these criminals and doesn't have that plan, he's a criminal himself or herself, whoever that person is. By the time these guys are done, sure you get. So as we speak, they say that if they break up, if they divide the debt of Nigeria now, you with me? At least individually, everyone in that contraption, if your population is true, you are in debt of 640,000 naira. If then divide them, so each family, if you are 10 in your family, so they would say 640,000 naira each, right? And they haven't stopped. So you get now, they are still taking more because they have to take more. In the time of Bola Ahmed Thiefnubu, we must take more and more and more taxes as they are claiming. Abi, call you.
If we reduce the purchasing power of the people, we can further slow down the economy. Let's widen the tax net. Those who are not paying now, if it is inclusive of Bola Tinubu, let the nets get bigger and we take in more taxes, and that is what we must do. The cost of fuel has gone up. Food and other prices have followed it. Households and businesses struggling. Things seem anxious and uncertain. I understand the hardship you face. I wish there were other ways, but there's not.
Chai!
And they are not stopping. So the question is, no, we say debt or loan is bad. Okay? In fact, with the level of resources in Nigeria, with the amount of resources in Nigeria, to bring Nigeria out of the woods, there is no way that you won't need loans to do them. So you get to get everybody back into like jobs and working and all of that stuff, you need a lot of loans. But these loans have to be invested in strategic sector. For example, the power sector. Out of this 47 trillion naira, how many of you can say how much they invested in the power sector? And what has been the effect of it? I'm asking now, how many of you are 1 trillion, 2 trillion, 10 trillion? You can't say. How many of you can say how much of this money they've invested in your refineries? But they will give you a figure. At the end of the day, you'll be like, okay, how come your refineries are not working? None of it is real, right? Or rather, these guys were taking money to share money. The money they won't even share. They are saying that they are lifting you out of poverty, but they're actually lifting themselves out of poverty. That's the way I see it. We are giving you student loan. Fake student loan. The finance minister said they have shared over 90 billion to over 500,000 students. The people that are in charge of student loan came out and said, no, we have only shared 11 billion to 104 students, 104,000 students. Do you know the number, the distance between 104 and over 104,000 and 500,000? Do you know the margin? He came out and he said they shared 625 billion naira to 25 million people. No evidence, no nothing. Just number. Drop it. And then you look around, you're like, all these 47 trillion naira, go. Where they spend them? On what did they spend the money? Where can you trace it? Nowhere. It's gone. So that's why law, OT law. Gone. Nigeria will stand any chance. And I'll keep reminding you, when Thiefnubu is finished and it's done, right? After you have been fed enough propaganda, lies, and you look around, even the minimum wage, they told you that to pay minimum wage of or living wage of 250,000 naira, they said it was going to add an extra a year. They said it's going to add an extra 7 trillion naira. So to avoid that, no, I think they said 7 trillion. So to avoid that, they decided to pay 70,000 naira. That 70,000 naira they promised that they will pay or pledged or agreed to pay. To this woman, Shishi, they never pay. Shengbai, they no pay. But meanwhile, they have already started giving themselves the medals. The medals that say, Thiefnubu has increased minimum wage. They destroyed your economy. Thiefnubu, accountancy, Poseidon, that defended the Lagos from Atlantic Ocean. The man they claim built Lagos, Abi, in 18 months, destroyed what people felt like could no longer be further destroyed after Bokwari. Bokwari gave you minimum wage of 30,000 naira. And that was $78 during Bokwari's time. $78. A bag of rice then was at 30,000 naira. Minimum wage, 30,000 naira. Today, minimum wage of Thiefnubu is 70,000. $43. A bag of rice is 120,000 naira. And they still won't pay you. Lori iro, lori iro, lori iro. They told you that they have removed subsidy, right? And that is why you are buying a liter of petroleum for 1,200 naira per liter. You can't even like stand up to them. Then they turned around, started giving dollars to the same oil marketers. You know all these stories, right? And this is what they have done. If Bokwari used your future oil prospects, future oil exploration to collect as collateral to collect loan, nobody knows what they use the loan for. Now, those people are taking the crude oil. But Thiefnubu has done his own too. $3.3 billion from the Afrexim Bank. And they used 167 million barrels of crude oil as collateral. In 5 years' time, if Nigeria failed to pay the money back, then these people can start taking 167 million barrels of crude oil. Million, no, it's not 167,000 though. 167 million barrels of crude oil, valued at 12.8, nearly $13 billion. If we are using today's price of crude oil. So by 2028, those ones will just worsen, and they will take $12.8 billion worth of crude oil for $3.3 billion loan. So what did they use the loan for? To defend the naira. Go and read about it. That's what they said. They went to go and take 3.3 billion to defend naira with 12 billion, nearly $13 billion worth of crude oil. And is good. So that by the time the APC is done, nobody will actually beg you to demand for the breakup of this contraption. Nobody will beg you. You will look around and be like, what's remain again? What is left? What do we have left now? Why are we even here again? Because by then, maybe some of us, they pick us up, Once you enter any airport and you tender your passports, that is if you are still allowed to leave that contraption, though, because some of you, eventually, they will not let you leave that place again because you are a flight risk. Because as you are a collateral for debt that APC, right, accumulated. But if those of you who are still outside there, loving Nigeria from abroad, and you tender your passport, you go China. No go China. Because China too, they are piling up their own debt with Nigeria. And China, no, they forgive debt too. And this Western world, they say that they forgive debt. Chinese, no, they forgive their own debt. You say they go Shanghai. Alola Milamini, nobody they see in return. Say, she's Nigerian. Ola, on BLOC concentration camp. They pick up onions or agbalumo, sherry, to pay back the debt of your country. You will see. Because by then, the population of Nigeria could not reach like maybe 300 million. And if you don't reach 300 million, they probably just use 200 million of you as collateral for debt with the way these guys are going. And it's not funny. Children, millions of children are going to be born into poverty. They will never have access to education. They will not have access to good health care. Not to talk of having access to good dieting or diet system. No, they won't. And that is the report card of APC, when they are done. There's nothing they can say today. The Abubu sellers and the rest of them, even though some of you claim to be influencers, in a space of 18 months, there are those who are smiling to the banks though. One of them is this Ohando. Ohando is owned by Thiefnubu, as well as a supposed proxy Chena nephew Abinisi, Wale Thiefnubu. You've heard. This is a company that claimed to be worth about 70 billion naira just last year, as at April 2023. Their entire assets was put at 60 to 70 billion naira. Today, Ohando has traded and they are worth over 3 trillion naira. And you know something? They are not paying any tax to start with. They have shareholders, so there are shareholders with Ohando. And all this news of Ohando making so much money from all this, their diluted PMS from Malta, which, well, courtesy of his brother there, his adopted brother, because they are not blood related, so to say. Okay. Now Ohando, who has their own shareholders, reading it on social media, how much money they are now making under Thiefnubu, importing fuel to Nigeria, collecting subsidy money left, right, and center. So they are supposed to declare surplus. All shareholders were supposed to collect their own rubber. But no, Shingbine, they have not paid their shareholders. It's going to 2 years now. Shingbine CC. And as it is, they are beginning to ask questions. Kilon Shele Gongo, what is really going on? Only for all of us to wake up this morning. Ohando don't pay influencers to be telling all of us how Ohando is making so much money. Ah, man, surprisingly, it's like it's more or less like a WhatsApp message, copy and paste. They paid these losers, these wearies. They paid them to 200,000 naira, 200,000 naira to copy and paste and post about Ohando on Twitter today. Our revenue is up to 51% to a massive 2 trillion. And despite challenges in Nigeria now they have challenges, so not them pushing forward with a solid 62.6 billion in profits. Now, you see all these things they are pushing on social media. Shingbine tax they don't pay in Nigeria. Their shareholders are not collecting anything, and they may not even collect anything. So they paid influencers in Nigeria to be pushing this narrative. It's more or less like, they call it gig. These are the type of influencers that are also going to tell you of Thiefnubu's achievements. Thiefnubu has achieved a lot. Now, because they are just blind, they see him. They see Thiefnubu's achievement. Thiefnubu has achieved a lot. See the decision they took. There is nobody that can take that decision. They say, but this is not reflecting in our lives. They say, don't worry, you go reflect later. Let us support him. Let us defend. This is what they are doing. And they will pay some of these losers, hungry Nigerians who are followers on social media, to deceive you. Now we can't kind of ask yourselves, what we do life will lay yourself. The other day they came, they said, We don't have unemployment problem in Nigeria, but I can give you about 10 names of people who have no jobs anymore, who are like, who have turned to beggars. But they said, no, you don't, no. Go and find something to do. Stop waiting for government. Baba, they are paying people to tell you to go and find something to do. Stop waiting on, as if to say that government, they feed you. Before APC, some of you have credible, reliable, paying jobs. Today, they've destroyed the economy so even those of you who pretended to have jobs, you are not different from the jobless ones. Your naira has become so devalued, right, that you are probably just living from hand to mouth. Then you will see some of these paid people sellers on social media telling you to go. Are you waiting for government to come and, the cost of running your businesses are dying every day. But these losers are still telling you to go and find something to do. Stop waiting for government to come. I think to say that government, they feed you. Before APC, you had your business, you had your jobs. But today, well, you know where you belong. So he appointed this mofo as his new minister. You know, he's from Kano State. He's supposed to be the minister for housing. His job is to come and build houses for you. Build houses so that some of you will not be homeless, like Willie Wike is doing in Abuja. And this mofo is like saying that his mission is actually to come and recapture Kano State for Thiefnubu. And he is actually being honest. He's not here to build you houses. He's not there to make housing affordable for you. He's not there to make policies that will stop a landlord from asking you for 5-year rent, 2 years rent. Okay? And all this, their money laundering sector called the housing property sector in Lagos, where they will give you one house with no get window. They will give it to you for 500 million naira. Come and buy these flats, 500 million naira, 300 million naira, 1.5 billion. You say, this one, really? You guys, they launder money, right? But this is supposed to be your minister for housing. Sure you get now. Minister for housing that was supposed to be talking about, the policies of Thiefnubu or his own ideas of how to build possible millions of houses. Sure you get cheap housing and all that across Nigeria. No. He said his agenda, the reason why they brought him, is to come and help them recapture Kano. And people have been reacting to that. But when I saw it, I was like, hey, the guy is just being honest. Thiefnubu have already started work, but he has already put in motion the work for 2027. Because it's all about next election to them. It's never about the next generation. It is just some moves who probably believe the paid acts, paid liars, people who are pretty much like court jesters, ass lickers, crumb eaters, crumb chasers, and all these guys, all risers, who are there to collect their own rubber, get paid, lie to you, and then blame you, gaslight you. That's what they do. So when you begin to question show us what you are doing, go, they will tell you that you can't see it now. You will see it later. But when they make all the policies that turn your life upside down, that one is not later. That one is actually immediate. And they are saying that his decision is to further help you. Don't worry, you will appreciate him later. See, for me, if you ask me, I am going to say he is doing well. Because, number one, they will never stop. What state capture truly means is that a lot of you are going to you are just existing in what Adiola called a dystopia. Yeah, you are living in a bubble. So when, like Carnival, when everything conquer for your eyes, you will be the one to stop them. Right now, what you are experiencing is called full-time state capture. No doubt. Well, I will leave that for now. Let's go to Saudi Arabia, where Koluwu left Lakurawa terrorists in Sokoto, in the northwest of Nigeria. The Lakurawa terrorists, we have now been told, they are actually being funded from all these Gulf countries, Qatar, UAE, all those, yeah, not just Iran. No, you think that okay, Iran, no. You see all this Kuwait, Qatar, UAE. There's another one in between there, Jordan. All these places, they are those that have now been fingered in sponsoring this Lakurawa terrorists in Nigeria. And they said they've been around for over 6 years. That the politicians knows. The politicians, the northern politicians, they knew them before now. And guess what the Lakurawa people are promising? They are coming to purify Islam. Purify Islam. Islam has been so contaminated. They are offering them in the northern part of Nigeria. They are offering them Uthman Dan Fodio kind of Islam. That's exactly their quote. Uthman Dan Fodio's kind of Islam. Pure Islam. Purified Islam. Islam purifier. That's who they are. They will kill everybody. Even if you are a Muslim, you are not spared. Because your own kind of Islam may not be the type that Sheikh Uthman Dan Fodio approve. All those rag-wearing lunatics, deserted dwelling madmen, terrorists. They said it is Uthman Dan Fodio kind of Islam that they want to enforce in Nigeria, starting from northern Nigeria. So that you are a Muslim, you are not spared. And I know, see, I want to feel sorry. I want to pity some of you who are like Muslim from southern part of Nigeria, who always take offense when we try to expose these lunatics. You take offense. You think it's an attack on your religion. These ones are coming to chop your head off. Because if they found out that you are not practicing Uthman Dan Fodio's type of Islam, Princess, Alaja Princess, are you practicing Uthman Dan Fodio type of Islam? I know you are in Saudi Arabia now. Abi, are you practicing it? Because they go ask you. If they grab you, Alaji Wahab, sir, I know you always disagree with all these lunatics. So I'm just asking you direct questions because now be the Muslim way they closer to me. Call my uncle in the US, Tabo. I don't know if you are watching too. Are you practicing Uthman Dan Fodio kind of Islam? Or you will wait for the purifier to meet you? Listen to Bukati, a guy who is a specialist in documenting the terrorist activities, the terror activities of these terrorists in northern Nigeria. Listen.
Exactly is going on, the nature, ideology, modus operandi, the orientation, the mission and the vision of this Lakurawa group. What do they mean? Why are they setting out? Why did we allow them to go this far? He's a researcher and on issues of extreme terrorism. Mr. Bulama Bukati, who is also a lawyer. He joins us from London virtually. Thank you so much, Mr. Bukati, for joining us tonight on the program. Give us an understanding. When I was speaking with you earlier on the program, you said these guys are not new. The appellation of a new terror group, according to you, is not true.
Yeah, it's not true, Sheon, because the group that are called Lakurawa today have been sporadically living or camping in the northwestern part of Nigeria for over 6 years now. They first started illegally entering Nigeria around 2016, 2017, but they did not stay permanently. What they do, and that's what they do till today, is that they move in, stay for a few months, and then they go back to the Sahel or wherever they are coming from in Niger. And from the information I am gathering, what could be happening, and this is my hypothesis so far, is that this is a group that is being fought by the Nigerian and the Malian military. And whenever there is a sustained pressure by the military in Niger and Mali, they move out of Niger and Mali, come in northwestern Nigeria in order to regroup and to recuperate, and then go back and continue to fight in the Sahel. And they have been doing that at least since 2017. The Nigerian army was aware, because in 2018, the communities reported this group that they are concerned for their security because there is a new group that is armed and the people don't look like Nigerians. And the police investigated and held a press conference in 2018, reported by several Nigerian newspapers. But if you look at, you search Lakurawa today, you will see a Daily Trust report in 2018 when the police said they have investigated and that these people are armed, but they are not violent, and therefore people should continue to live in peace with them. In 2018, they killed a traditional ruler in the Tangaza local government, I believe, or was it Gudu local government, in Gudu local government area of Sokoto state. And they were again reported to the military, and the military fought them in 2018 and pushed them back into Niger Republic. But then after a few months, they came back to continue their campaign, and that has been what continued until today. So it's not a new group. I think the Nigerian army, I don't think they deliberately misled the public, but I would think that they do have short institutional memory. And I think that is that speaks volumes about how they document their activities. In fact, even though the Nigerian army says it is a new group, even in August this year, 4 soldiers lost their life in a patrol in a clash with Lakurawa. And now we saw this attack on Friday, and the Nigerian army says it's a new terror group. It's not new. In June, 4 military soldiers lost their life in Gudu local government. In 2018, they fought the same group and pushed them back to Niger. And this group has been staying, camping in northwestern Nigeria since 2016, 2017.
Exactly. What shall I say unto the Lord?
Yes, Lord.
All I have to say,
Thank you, Lord.
What
shall I say? Thank you,
That's not meant to be funny. It's just so you know that when we tell you that there is an intentional cover-up in protecting and shielding these terrorists in northern Nigeria. Do you see the parts where he said they are not new? And the Nigerian police gave a press conference in 2018. And even though these guys are armed, they told the people to continue to coexist with them, that they are not dangerous. So until they became louder today, that the Nigerian army is now feigning ignorance. Nigerian army is claiming that these are new group, but they are not. That Bulama Bukati, that's his name. Bulama Bukati, that guy. He lives in London, though, right? But he's a very, very strong guy that continued to expose some of these terrorists, like even during the time of Bukwari, to the point that the Fulani terrorist, the Boko Haram terrorist, they've actually declared him wanted too. That if they get him, they're going to kill him. Bulama. But he just gave us an hint there too that, yeah, they are not Nigerians. But he said he believes they are being sponsored by the Malian and Nigerian government. That can be this junta. When you say Nigerian government, remember that it was last year that the military junta overthrew the government of Niger. The guy that was Bazoum, that was supposed to be the friend of Bokwari, was sponsoring Lakurawa terrorists, Abi, because that's what I see in it. Similarly, in Mali, that they also overthrew their own governments. Remember, in 2021. So, which means the government in Mali, the government in Niger, before these military juntas, right, came on board, they were sponsoring these Lakurawa terrorists, that they were allowed to camp in the forest of Sokoto. Nigerian security intelligence community got the wind of them, but because they claim to be descendants, the followers of Uthman Dan Fodio, to come and purify Islam. So they allowed them, and they told the public, misled the public, that they are not dangerous. Meanwhile, these guys have killed Nigerian soldiers. Even this year, they killed 4 Nigerian soldiers, but Nigerian army is claiming that they are new. Yesterday, they were asking the communities in Sokoto, the people of Sokoto State, to give them information. Please give us any information you have on these people so that we can fight them. No, they are not fighting them. They are shielding terrorists. One man said in his own words, like, it was like, no, these guys are not actually like fighting. They are not fighting for religion. They are fighting for resources. Whatever they are fighting for. Kolu is in Saudi Arabia, asking for immediate ceasefire. Inconsequential, demented druggie is in Saudi Arabia, participating in what is called the Arab Islamic Summit, while his own people are being slaughtered by different Islamic terrorists in Nigeria. So he was there. He's saying that Israel must cease fire and they must go through. I said, you the mad, Dini. You are an inconsequential buffoon. What are you doing there? Nobody kind of rates you. Who the hell are you? But he was there anyway. Today, Kolu in Saudi Arabia.
Your Excellencies, Your Majesty, the King Abdulaziz Al-Saad, the custodians of the two holy mosques, for convening this summit. I thank the Crown Prince and Prime Minister of the Kingdom. Your ladies and gentlemen, Your Excellencies, Salamu Alaikum. It is with profound sense of duty that I call before you as we work to end the Israeli-Palestinian conflict and realize the two-state solution. This is urgent and very urgent. Conflict in Palestinian homeland has persisted for too long, inflicting immeasurable suffering on countless lives. As representative of nations that value justice, dignity, and the sanctity of human life, we have a moral obligation to collectively bring about immediate end to this conflict. It is not enough to issue condemnations. The work must work towards an end to this aggression in Gaza, which has persisted for too long. For too long, human lives, as you have heard, has been lost. No security concern should come at the expense of many innocent lives. In a rule-based international order, states have the right of self-defense. But self-defense must take opportunity, proportionality into account in line with global legal, diplomatic, and moral framework. An entire civilian population in their dreams and futures cannot be dismissed as collateral. Your Excellencies, Your Royal Majesties, the two-state solution stands as a beacon of hope. I agree. Representing the right of both Israelis and Palestinians to self-determination and peace. It is not just a diplomatic article of faith, it is a vision grounded in principle of quality and mutual recognition. Achieving this vision requires a commitment to dialogue and deal-making in respect for history. We know this conflict did not begin in October 2023. It can only be resolved through principled compromise based on appreciation of the proper context. The conflict in the cradle of history is so visceral that the ripples of this division spread far and quickly. The corrosive impact of images of endless violence repeated on 1 billion smartphones around the world is huge. We need to find a new pathway to peace without delay. Nigeria has always championed the cause of peace and cooperation among nations. Our own experiences, domestically and regionally, have taught us that identity politics are no substitute for respecting the nuances of diversity. The path to reconciliation may be fraught with challenges, but it is through honest conversation and deal-making that we can foster understanding. The international community has the opportunity to bear the new resolution. Your Highnesses, let us forget the human cost of this conflict. We must prioritize the voices of the families torn apart. The children who grow up in fear and the communities that for long rescue for stability. It is our responsibility to advocate for their rights, build a future where their dreams are no longer stifled by nightmare. I call upon all of us to come together in solidarity, to stand firm in
Nuisance Lele. Nuisance Lele.
Just before we forget, okay? So, Kolu is soliciting for two-state solution between Israel and Palestine. Okay, fine. How about they withdraw all of their own murderous military from the eastern part of Nigeria and sit on the same release Nnamdi Kanu and sit on the same table to discuss a two-state solution also in Nigeria? That's the smell, the rotten smell of hypocrisy. Here is this minister of misinformation who was also pretty much feeling like, you know, cool that they are in Saudi.
The Nigerians are asking questions already that why is Nigeria participating in this event? Really, what qualifies Nigeria to be part of this event?
Well, thank you. First and foremost, Nigeria is a leading member of the international community. Nigeria is a very important country, not just in Africa, but on the global stage. Recall that Nigeria is the biggest black nation on earth, and we have a very close proximity with the Middle East. And Nigeria has had a very long long-standing relationship with not just countries around the world, but also the Middle East. Now, recall that last year, as you said, precisely on the 11th of November 2023, the president was here at Africa-Saudi Summit, which also had the Africa-Arab Summit. The issue of Palestine, then very fresh. The conflict between the Palestine and Israel was very fresh. Nigeria participated. And in that summit, it was agreed that there must be a de-escalation of the conflict and return to the diplomatic table. Now, 1 year down the line, we have seen the kind of thing that has happened in Israel and in Palestine. We have seen the kind of loss of lives and destruction of property that everyone around the globe is talking about. And so when this summit was muted and Nigeria was invited, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, consistent with his thinking about being very humane. He is a very, very a humane leader. He looks at the issue of humanity very seriously. Whatever the reasons are, he thinks that both countries need to de-escalate. They must come back to the negotiating table so that at least for the, let's have some peaceful resolution. Whatever is the case, this conflict can never end on the war front. We must come to find a diplomatic solution. And this is exactly what we are seeking here. And so Nigeria is seizing the moment again to participate, to lend its voice as a very important player on the global stage to ensure that all countries of the world have a peaceful resolution to this matter.
Okay, all right, Honorable Minister, that exactly is what a lot of people or countries are hoping for, to see that this war is ended once and for all. And it's been on for years. Nigeria's stand has been known for a two-state solution. What do you want to tell Nigerians about this, the stand of Nigeria, and how you think it will end the war?
Well, Nigeria is very consistent on that. It supports a two-state solution. With Israel and Palestine living side by side in peace and security within very secured borders for both countries. Nigeria feels that that is the only way forward. We must go back to the root of the matter. Of course, this conflict is rooted in the fact that both countries feel that there is something that they are losing. So Nigeria feels that if all of them come together, and then there is this imperative of the principle of two-state solution, Israel living as a state, as it does now, in peace and security, the Palestine also having that. And recall that unless you do that, look at the way the conflict is already going, spilling over the borders of both Israel and Palestine. It's going to Lebanon, and we are also seeing that Iran is also being gradually brought into the conflict. So unless this solution is found, and unless there is a diplomatic solution to it, this may engulf the entire region, and in effect, it will also engulf the entire world. Nigeria is a very important country, like I said earlier. Unless there is peace in the Middle East, there is no way Nigeria will not have also issues to contend with. Already, we are seeing movement of people around the region. Nigeria, because of its proximity, is likely to begin to draw some of the people who are escaping this conflict from. And we also have
nuisance lele. Ẹni òfò ni ẹ ṣòfò láyé ẹ tún sí lálìkìyàmọ ẹ̀yin rádaràda wọ̀nyí.
Nigeria is important. Nigeria is inconsequential. In the scheme of things, no thanks to APC, because you are inconsequential. The reason why you got dragged into all of this is because Olori Buruku Babangida registered Nigeria into Organization of Islamic Countries, OIC, in 1990 or something. Nigeria is not an Islamic country. Waiting concern Nigeria with Arab and Islamic war. What is Nigeria's business there? Or because these northerners, who somehow believes that Nigeria was willed to them by the British. So therefore, whether we like it or not, that's what they said, whether you like it or not, Nigeria is an Islamic country. Yeah. I know those of you who are not Muslims will decide, no, we are not. Oh, that is to you, to them. No, you are. You will never see Nigeria attend what is called, do you have anything like that? Like the Christian countries of Organization of Christian Countries. Do you have anything like that, though? There must be something like that. Yeah? Nigeria, if you try it, they will start war in Kano. They will begin to burn houses, begin to kill people. That you want to Christianize them and all that stuff. So mentally, they have built generations to believe that Nigeria is an Islamic country, and that some of you don't know. And see, that is why this their Mumu ticket, Muslim ticket, was pretty much like a declaration of jihad in northern Nigeria against anybody who was against Muslim ticket last year. They were considered as enemy of Islam. No joke. Their sheikh, the rest, they took it like it was if we have to go to war, we'll go to war for it. So that is why you are there. You are inconsequential. Totally inconsequential. Nigeria is prominent in the even in Nigeria, they like war. Eh? But yeah, they just have to make it look like, say, Nigeria is the biggest black nation on earth. Nigeria is while Nigeria is burning. These Arab countries, they are not calling. They are not calling for a summit to come and help us deal with their terrorists in Nigeria. The ones that are beheading us, the ones that are kidnapping us, the ones that are selling us as slaves in Libya. All these places. Arab, they no send una papa, they no send una mama. But yeah, you can pack your bag and go there and fly down there and say you want to talk about Israel and Gaza. Yeah? When back in Nigeria, the Lakurawas, they are offering 1 million naira to join them. If you want, see, they don't invite people. Even Boko Haram didn't offer people money. Lakurawa people are now offering people money, 1 million naira to come and join them. If you can use the social media, internet, 2 million naira. Now, some people are making a joke of that on TikTok. They are making joke of that on Facebook and everywhere now. I say, send me the form. Where's the form? I want to sign up. I want to join Lakurawa. I want to join Lakurawa. 1 million naira if you want to join. Where is the money coming from? Now, that one is already flooding into Nigeria now. It has spread to Kebbi, to Yobe, to Jigawa, to all these areas too right now. It's not just in the northwest anymore. It's spreading now like wildfire. Their recruitment base is like spreading. And these mofos are in Saudi Arabia, talking about Israel and Gaza. 1 million naira to go and join Lakurawa. And somebody was like, are you serious? Is he online? I said, no, be online. No, you go just enter bus. Once you get to Sokoto, ask them that you are going to the border between Sokoto and Niger. And once you get to the place, ask again, they will direct you to their camp. Once you get there, they will give you 1 million naira. They will give you your own bed sheet, and they'll give you your own gun and the rest of that. That's it. You have joined. And they will deploy you to wherever they want you to go to and begin to wreak havoc. The Lakurawas. This man believes that those guys are not speaking for religion. It is all about these terrorists that you are seeing in the northern Nigeria. It's not about religion. It's not about Islam. It is mainly about the mineral resources in some of these areas. I agree partially, but yeah, we have found out that most of the areas before this Lakurawa own, where we say they promote Uthman Dan Fodio. In fact, they said because they are promoting this Uthman Dan Fodio idea, some people are actually going to join them. They're going to accept them without collecting any money. They don't need money because Uthman Dan Fodio is a special being for them. It's like a prophet in northern Nigeria. But this one believes that it's about resources.
If you look at it way back 2016, Boko Haram sought partnership with ISIS. And eventually, this Lakurawa, there is every indication they are part of the ISIS in the Greater Sahel. So whoever is their sponsors, whoever is their sponsor, there is every likelihood he or they may decide to harmonize the effort of these people. So one should be worried. But come to think of it, there is every likelihood they are just criminal elements taking advantage of religion, just like the bandits and the kidnappers that we have in the northwestern part of the country. But possibly, again, there could be area of collaboration because of the abundance of mineral resources, because they tend to diversify, showing their true color that they are criminals, you know, in getting involved in illegal mining. Because basically, it is a question of acquisition of material resources. It has nothing to do with religious piety or what have you. So there is every likelihood they may become partners in crime in order to further popularize the people. But that notwithstanding, I think it's something that can easily be nipped in the bud so that we cannot even be able to reach that point where they will cooperate among them.
I mean, it's not totally without religion. I know that some of these terrorists, if not all of them, they are using religion as a front. We have discovered that most of the areas where this terrorism has been very strong, or areas they have also targeted, they are areas with so much natural mineral resources. And some of these areas are places where they are carrying out illegal mining. In Zamfara, which has become almost the headquarters of this act of terrorism after Borno and Niger states. We've discovered that most of the towns, communities where they have chased people away, in Kaduna, in all these areas, there are areas where there is either one resource or many resources that they are carrying out illegal mining in some of these areas. Yeah. It is, you know, initially people believed that they were looking for land. Land for what? They are not looking for land to farm. When they enter a village or anywhere, they already have the geo map of the place. They have all the resources that are likely going to be in the area. And then the moment they chase the people away, they'll begin to, extract different resources from that place. And they already have those who are supplying them the weapons, collecting these resources from them. Honestly. But apart from all these rhetorics that we are actually getting and all that, the security agents themselves in Nigeria, right, as equipped as I believe that they are, right, they would rather just abandon those areas to them and call it ungoverned area. Ungoverned area. People have been chased away from their homes. Many of them have been killed. In some cases, some of them have been kidnapped. So you see this Lakurawa of a thing, they are like the ISIS, like that man put it. They are the people that very soon they will be making videos of beheading people, making videos of other horrible things to further spread the fear, their campaign of terror. And as you are watching this video, from what we have heard, a lot of Northerners are now joining them because they believe that they are fighting a jihad for Uthman Dan Fodio. So it is the religion, to them is religion. But the people who are pushing this, they are not. The majority of them cannot even read the Quran. Honestly, some of these terrorists, they can't even read anything from the Quran. Other than shout Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. They can't recite a line in the Quran. Majority of them are like a drug addicts too, but they are recruited to make them believe that they are fighting for Allah. So it's not wrong, because we have unraveled that on this platform before. That if you take a look at all the areas where these terrorists are acting up in Nigeria, in northern Nigeria, all those areas are also the areas where illegal minings are taking place, like unchecked. And that's why we believe that not only that they have a foreign sponsor, they also have the local sponsor, the criminal politicians from northern Nigeria. The ones that will tell you, no, we have to use a non-kinetic approach. You cannot be bombing them. We don't want the soldiers to go after them. We will talk to them. They are our brothers. We'll talk to them. We don't, and that is why this whole thing persists up to this moment. So there is no way out. They're going to kill all of us. Last, they'll kill all of us. If we don't rise and chase them. But that's why I like this woman. She's asking that, get rid of Thiefnubu, even though that's not going to happen. She wants Thiefnubu impeached.
yawa a kafancan nike abin da yasa na fito nike so in yi magana a social media bala'i yayi mana yawa yan Najeriya dan Allah dan annabi dan na annabi abin da zan faɗa ice amin idan da manya a ƙasar nan dan Allah dan annabi ai kokarin sauke Tinubu in ba haka ba karuwanci zai rinjayi duniya gaba daya
matsalar ba iya Tinubu bane kawai da manyan kin arewa
da shi da magoya bayan sa dan giddin uwarsu a zo a mun ɗaukar kwandon tumatir na daya karuwai sun yi yawa wallahi budurwa karuwanci mata aure karuwanci wallahi karamar yarinya karuwanci yadda bata isa kai zina ba ai zina da ita dan ta samu abin da za wallahi tallahi maza su yi luwadi da malaman mu na addinin musulunci ku yi kokari a kawo aya da za a ci durin uwar mutumin nan saboda wallahi tallahi in ba haka ba karuwanci sai yaron jayi sunna nan gaba gashi nan muna kallo babu magana aure sai dai ai zina a karuwanci a aika musu an dade ba ai mun lodin kwandon tumatur har da sai na Kaduna ta kudu
Garba Life, you should do the interpretation, okay? If Ahmed is not in the house, impeach him, get rid of him. I bet it that some of those who have become the victims in Abuja, and the Abuja people did their best to resist APC. They rejected APC, like, outstandingly. Oh, Mahmoud Yakubu. Mahmoud Yakubu. And that's why I don't kind of like believe all these witches and wizards, all this, your voodoo this, your voodoo that. Come to our village if you want to know, say, just stay. Come to Kiniko if you want to know, say, we get Africa. Oh, you don't know where to use your useless voodoo, other than for the one where we say they will say they target somebody destiny. Say, your method too. I don't now your destiny be this, so your method too. I go knock on for 3. Say, oh shit, more shit on here. They say, with this one, I will make sure say you no go born, Oh, this one you no go get, you won't make it in life. Can you But meanwhile, those who are actually the open evil people, the evil demons, wearing Babariga, whose actions and inactions are altering your way of life, your destiny, destroying the lives of children, the lives of everyone, so to say. I don't feel use that jazz. May you carry that your mirror and say, we're a wiki, oh, yeah, start backing. So maybe we can just do woo. See, we don't know who do amo. We're wicked on their back like dog. And the people of Benue, they did something. Say Benue gets ills and all those things, right? So when the Fulani terrorists were killing them in Benue, in Jos, in the plateau and this area, right? They said that people of Benue, the TV people and the rest of them, Berom and others, they will wake up every morning. They shout, Buhario, Buhario, Buhario. 3 months after, Buhari just became deaf and dumb. Do you remember that? They hear again. See, Buhari left that place, they hear. Even though that thing can make him more wicked. Stone cold hearted. Like he became more wicked. But there's not Benue people. And they do. Buhari just woke up in the morning. They say, Salam alaikum. They hear again. They hear. Now they say that Benue people did that one. No? Every day that they shout the name. Now Buhari, now Buhari, now Buhari they kill us. Now Buhari they protect this Fulani terrorists. Now Buhari. So every morning they go like that cock crow in the morning, like maybe around the 4:30, 4:35 a.m. They go to the mountain, they go shout, Buhari, oh. No joke, oh. You feel the laugh, oh. No, I'm not joking, oh. But last, he just got deaf straight then. Una no fit go try say, okay, all this your voodoo, your witches, your wizard, your everything. May you go chase people, maybe say their actions, their greed, their selfishness, they have actually changed and altered the way of your life. They voted against APC, even inside the asshole rock. But Mahmudu Yakubu forced the druggie on you. And today, where the Wike is making majority of Abuja residents homeless. Homeless. Children sleeping rough, in the open, in the cold. Where the Wike said their houses are shanties. Papa, you came, you burned down their houses. You brought in a caterpillar. You demolished all their houses. Then you made a video and you said it's a shanty. Their houses are shanties. For goodness sake. Here is what very dark man saw at this early moment. He went there around the 12 or so a.m. last night. And what he saw, he shared with us.
All right. So this is 12 midnight on the 11th of November. And I'm at the location where Nation Wike demolished. This is the condition of the people currently. See where they are sleeping outside in the cold. Come closer. See them sleeping outside in the cold. Come. Let's see these guys. So we'll still go around so that we'll go to where the children are. Come. We still have to go around. See this one. It still goes down. No, let me take you to where the kids are. Let me see where the children are. Just come. See, this is the current situation of things. I'm sure you get in. See, look at the elderly. That's the elderly. See? So let's go to where the children are. Look at their property. Oh, look at the kids. See that one. In the cold. See them. See kids in the cold. Mosquito will bite. So what if these children fall sick now? Medicine is no longer cheap. Where you say, okay, you go buy cheap drugs. Medicine, they're very expensive. Do you understand? So move on. Okay. See where people are sleeping. See children. See kids. Come on, let's see. Come here. You are welcome. See for the guy. See, child. See this one. You are a little baby. You are a little baby. This is just, see, come. See? Okay, go close. See mother, see children in the cold. Children in the cold. No shelter. Nothing.
Look at small baby.
See, look at small baby.
Sucking breast.
Sorry. So, over.
There are many. Go down there.
So this is just a very humble appeal to the Honourable Minister of FCT and also President Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Please, Wike, please, if you want to demolish a place, look for a way to relocate the people, or better still, try to compensate the people. You cannot demolish this place and just leave these people stranded like this. Where do you expect them to go to? In this hardship, in this economy where everybody is living from hand to mouth, and see the condition you are putting children. See people, see children inside the cold. No shelter, nothing. Mosquito will hit them, nothing.
No mosquito.
Let's not even talk about the dirty environments, the cholera, the disease that they can pick up. Please, please, we are appealing to you, Nation Wike, that you should do something about it. Please, Nation Wike, do something about this. Relocate these people, or better still, compensate them and send them back to their homes or wherever they are coming from. Please. Please, we beg you. Please. Thank you very much. Please.
From Maiduguri,
okay.
Some from Zamfara, Sokoto, Katsina, close.
So they call them chanty areas. And that's for the ones who are pretty much like they have their lands, but they possibly couldn't really build it to what they want them to build the house, or the way they want the whole place to be developed. So they are taking the land from them. Now, there are others who have built their own and they've demolished their houses, like a proper house is demolished. Those ones, some of them have also turned homeless too, right? And that's the situation. That is the situation. Would you be surprised?
What shall I say unto the Lord? Yes, Lord. All I have to say, thank you, Lord. What shall I say? Thank you, Lord. What shall I say?
Sorry, my audio just disappeared on me, and I cut it early so that I won't just be talking and then you begin to say sound. My no sound. Can you hear me? But you should be able to hear me now anyway. It should be better now. They are Nigerians, I believe. The government should be about the people. The government should be about the people. And if the government doesn't have anything called empathy, they don't have any. They don't care. They don't care. Empathy, sympathy. They don't care. And that is why a country being led by wicked people, heartless people, people who are like they're not human. You can't see any progress per se. You are supposed to be about the people. Every money that you make in government, or every money that government makes, right, is for the people. It's not yours. But that's not how they see it. Listen to the concluding part of that early Momo check out there. Very dark man.
We believe that Wike is not a wicked person. Mm-hmm. We believe that our Excellency President is a person when he's looking the future of children, that they are inviting even foreigners to come and help people with the nets and the cholera medicine and the other things concerning the health. But let them look the condition where is some of our leaders before they push us in this condition. In the FCT, Federal Republic of Nigeria Center, it's very shameful people to follow their people to FCT to come and rescue their stomach and their life. Some people meet us here, they are collected our clothes to wear because where they go, this kind of banding, hardship is
insurgency, kidnapping, armed robbery.
Then armed robberies and the bandits, especially bandits. In here in the community, we several times are organizing some money to send to send the people when they pick them from their houses in different locations. So what is our appeal? We are not dragging of the land. From here to boundary of Niger is belong to federal government. From here to Benin Republic border is belong to federal government. From here to Cameroon border is belong to federal government. We are the children of Nigeria. We are the people of Nigeria. For the humanity concerned, we are calling their attention to help us. Please. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Hopefully, maybe God will touch his heart and then the government will think about the best way to actually assist. Please, hopefully. My work is to just show them and show the world that look at what is going on.
Yes, we are here. More than 15,000 people are living in this community. But I believe if politicians come to meet us, 15,000 people, voters card can help him to be a president, to be a councillor, chairman, and the other.
They don't think like that.
But if they are not thinking,
they only come to you when they need you.
2027, they will look people like us. We are helping them with prayer. We are helping them with our voters card.
Yes.
Where they are taking us. If we not live for our nation, where they want to take us to go. Yes. If they don't want us to belong to the Federal Republic of Nigeria, let us hand over us to Niger Republic. Yes, true. That is. Because our country, we are not abusing them. We are obeyed to security. We are obeyed to all what they put it in the law of Federal Republic of Nigeria.
True.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
We are calling the attention of any part of humanities. We are calling their attention to chook their mouth in our matter. We are human beings.
Yes.
I don't know what my child can be tomorrow. You don't know what your child can be tomorrow. You are from poor family. Yes. We are from poor family. Look at us today. God differentiates us that them to be our leaders. We accept it. Tomorrow our children can be somebody.
True.
They want to us, our children, to be more than them. We are not praying for Nigeria that. We want Nigeria to be peaceful country, beautiful country, one, whatever you need it, you will get it in Nigeria. We are not going to oil or gold when they are digging it and other things. No, we are looking for daily day bread.
Yes.
Don't worry.
Please.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Tomorrow, yeah.
We believe that.
How many times would they tell you that Nigeria is not for you?
How many times would they tell you before you know that Nigeria is not for you? Now they never leave you. They have left you behind. Photo, not be juju be that. Sorry, oh. May God not allow them, may them kill you.
And that is why you don't have to like Martin, right? The very dark man of a guy. For some reason, some of you will give reasons why you don't like him. I don't even understand why you don't like him. For those who claim that they don't like him, or those who always believe that he should be suspected. You are suspecting him. I mean, people are kind of like, people are so like different, right? But what it does in beaming searchlights on the abnormalities in the society, they are actually changing lives, helping lives, so to say. That some of you always want to push I am suspecting him, I am this or that. Some of those things are also being put in your head by some other people too on social media. You know, Nigerian social media is such a very funny place. You will hear one person will be like, I don't trust this guy. I believe this. See, so I know this guy is working for APC. And then you'll see some other Nigerians will just come there and say, thank you, Jerry, my brother. See, whoa, God bless you. I'm thinking the same thing. But our people know they think. Our people don't reason well. This very dark man is working for. And I'm like, listen, if you don't like him you don't have to like him for everything. But when he shows or shared something, how about you let the humanity in you? Look at that thing from it's what do you call it? It's unbiased with unbiased lens. But that is That is too much for a typical Nigerian. They are always suspecting and suspecting. I am suspecting you. But why are you like that? These are real life victims of a failed country. The level of discrimination, abuse that is state-sponsored. Who do you think should actually share and expose that? The Nigerian media won't do it. They would rather be in the convoy of Werewike. When they record all this kind of a thing, they will cut them off and they will broadcast Werewike's statement only, where he's glorifying himself, justifying his inhumane acts. The media in Nigeria will cut off all these guys. They will not go there in the middle of the night and record these people, talk to them. They won't. You know? So I will keep saying that those of you who are supporting the young man, God will continue to bless you, because it's also Nigerians that are Nigerians in Nigeria, those ones in diaspora who have been actually supporting him, and keep supporting him more. You know, because a lot of people want to see his end. I've had people who have said that you will see his end. You will see what will happen to him. I'm telling you. Let me tell you, I cannot be deceived by what he is doing. Abba, auntie. Eh? These are real life victims. Look at them. These are the victims of Nigeria. If you have any other thing, another stone to grind, do it. Some are like, he's from Edo State. Why is he not talking about APC in Edo? Why is he always talking about other people? Why is he not? Alaye, you talk about the APC in Edo now. If he is talking about Labour Party in Abia, you self talk about APC in Edo. If you have found something wrong, you self just talk about it too. Eh? Instead of why is he not talking about that one? Why is he not instead of him to talk about that, instead of him to leave this one alone, talk about what is wrong with you? There's so much wrong going on in that contraption that you will lose count. You get lost in the old shovel. So you talk about what you think he's not talking about. Show us, showcase other vices that we should know. That's how it should be. Everybody should be everybody should be the reporter. Everyone should expose every vice and all the vices that you think the world should see. That is why you have your own social media platform. It doesn't matter whether you have 1 million followers or you have 100 followers. Just put it out there. Expose all the rots. Put all these guys, put them into the world view. Rather than sit down and be a keypad warrior that has opinion, you have opinion about what people are doing or what they are not doing. And now, come on. Anyway, it went back later in the afternoon, giving them over 1,000 mosquito nets to start with. He did that. I think it must be this.
Yes, they're all these men. I don't want to see them.
You have to do one of my Wacce aka ba mu wata saka wuce akwai mutane da yawa za ku samu
Honorable Minister of Abuja, Nyesom Wike. Nobody says you should not demolish. Nobody says you should not do development. But if you are doing development, also try to look for a way to relocate to these people. Because by just leaving them like this, you did for your house. I saw a post that they made. They say Wike said he's going to continue demolition. That's not a problem. But while you are in your mansion sleeping, you cause us a lot of problem in Abuja. Now, if all these people you are seeing like this, if Boko Haram come and offer them 1,500,000, they will join them. There's no way they will not join them. They will join them because the hardship is too much. You understand? So relocate them or compensate them. Think about what you want to do. But this is over 10,000 people without anywhere to go to. Think about it.
Eventually, you know, everybody will pay. It's just that the likes of with a Wike, before it gets to them, it would have gotten to so many with a Wike praise singers. So they succeeded in demolishing their homes and all that. They call them they call it a shanties and all that. But the land, what are they going to do with the land? They're going to share the land. Take a look at it. These were houses, though, but they are not fancy houses like the ones you saw in that same image, right? Like all those fancy flats. They are not fancy. They were like people's houses on their lands, and they've demolished some of them. They got burned. They burned the houses down. Then they demolished them. They are not shanties, but with the Wike, because they are not fancy houses, right? They are shanties. And the entire land of that place, all those ones, they will take all the land, reallocate the land to themselves. Job well done. You know, the saddest thing is that to justify what he just did, yeah, some of the lands, when they begin to reallocate them, they will give the land to some of them who already own houses in Abuja. Politicians, judges, ministers. So that, you know, if the people decide to go and report them, those ones will pretend that they don't not receive any sort of complaint from the public, because they've I mean, with the weekend would have charged them lands and say, oh, we have remapped the whole place. We've done a new survey. It is 2,000 acres of land. So 2,000 we are reallocating now. Okay, Honorable Minister, we don't give you 4 plots in that place. Gusape, oh, Maitama, oh, this, you know, thank you. We'll send you the document, okay? They will go to their ministry. They will print out documents, new names, new plot of land. They will give them to all these politicians just to get rid of those guys. And the rest of the land, where the wicked will allocate it to himself, his family members, his own friends, and all of that stuff, yeah? That's how they do it. But it's different from what this guy is doing in Lagos. In our Akwongbon area, they were carrying out a kind of like a demolition of illegal structures, they call it in Lagos. And this is how that one went. You know Wahab now. The way Wahab does his own thing, goes after all these illegal structures that were, you know, people who built houses or who built shanties under bridges and all that stuff, kind of, right? Watch this.
Other side, other side.
Imagine. Director's Court said that Ililawa, Talawa, Ocean View Estates. And now you go take selfie next to the ocean behind you. About people they live under the bridge. Like say now their permanent house, like people actually mounted blocks under bridge. And then they collect rents. And now so about caretaker will take you to a place and say, I'm looking for 2-bedroom flats. They say, now only 1-bedroom flat deal. Ocean View, Akpogbon, CMS. I say, okay, I'll come and check it. Then they will take you under the bridge. And say, now the house be this, baba. Say, how much is the rent? Say, 1.2 million. About an Ocean View, you go even they see Lagos Blue Line. See, Ocean View. I mean, that's different from what we saw in Abuja. That's totally risky. And health and safety, normally that shouldn't even have ever happened. If there was indeed a government, right? If there is a government, that should never have happened. So that's for Wahab, just to show to you the mega shitty. That's one thing I like about Wahab in Lagos. It will take us everywhere. Say, na Lagos be this so. Say, this place exists in Lagos. I say, oh, exists to chauffeur exists in you know. Ogun State is considered the second richest, second state with the highest. Okay, I'm trying to find the right word. By IGR, share you get. After Lagos, Ogun State is next in highest earner of IGR, internally generated revenue. So where Lagos State is generating over, according to this guy, over 1 trillion naira a year, Ogun State is generating over 200 billion naira. Unfortunately, Ogun State is one of the least developed states with such money. One of the worst governed states in Nigeria, where the money that they make doesn't actually reflect in the development of the place. It's unfortunate, but it happens. The governor currently is a dubious dapo, and somebody said I should show this to him. Governor Eroti, wow.
The leader we have. The country is good. God has blessed the country, but we are punished with leaders, evil leaders. Evil because these so-called leaders travel out, they see the good things where they travel to, but just take a look at the road. Even the road where a farm is not as bad as this. Governor Abiodun, your attention is needed here. Your urgent attention is needed here. You can no longer take out their cars. Just take a look at it. Look at the state of road. All these so-called leaders have a good road. They enjoy almost everything free. Let's take a look at the road. Look at the road. This is a road where human beings fly, not animal. Let's take a look at it. Yeah, Attention is needed. Just take a look at. This is more than 20-kilometer road. Just take a look at. God bless Nigeria. Leader we have.
Come right now with God bless Nigeria. How God will take, which kind, God bless, God curse Nigeria. God, please curse. Why can't you just pray as a God, please break up Nigeria? Who knows? Maybe God will even listen to that one and say, hey, finally, God. You don't hear that? So if say, God will just be like, finally, God. You should have asked me to break up this contraption and save all of you since. Yeah, begin the plan to break up this contraption for your own good. Or else, this is just the beginning. Somebody said that Alimajirinsin is now part and parcel of them in Lagos, where people now queue. They go beat them. Wipe them back, go back. Oh yeah, Eto, line up very well. That's most. Or because they won't give them a 2 cups of rice. They want to give them a loaf of bread. In 2024, Thiefnubu, you go perish.
Oh, my people can say, Baba to Shajole, over there. Oh, I like our hotel. So, money get it go away. Oh, God, yeah. Oh, you go buy it. Oh, you pada. Oh, we go. Oh, you pada. Yeah, I do. I want with the hell in Bola. Oh, the bottle better. Kí ọkọ̀ máa lọ bínú bí ẹ̀ fún mi lóúnjẹ ó yá máa bá yín dùn bọ̀. Ẹgbẹ́ ìlòdì mú kọ́ dídé gbárùú ní kékeré ó rẹ̀ ń jà ní ó gbárùú burúkú.
No be Gaza. In case if some of you think say na Gaza, no be Gaza. Na Lagos, where people will just be like, they are walking on the street, somebody will just park truck. Say, wag bonje, and police go there with guns in case if you misbehave. Imagine say you want to go and collect 1 Congo of rice. So they would say people can't they misbehave. The next thing, just like, pa! And you collected 2 bullets or stomach because you the queue to collect rice. Go up down into the rice. Be waiting the guy will carry gun. Waiting won't take gun do for there. Why is he carrying gun where they are sharing food? So in case if people misbehave, so they could just walk up down into the rice. and it's just 18 months. By the time you get to 2026, I don't want to imagine it. 2026, only God knows how it's actually going to be. Because I don't think some of you actually expect that Thiefnubu is going to turn the table, right? That things will become like easier. In the next 1 year or 2 years or how many years? Oh, this is just the beginning. We are being honest and truthful to ourselves. So the last part is the complaint of this young man about peace mass transit, a peace mass bus or something. Listen to this. He said that Nigeria is just so stressful, man. Everything about that place is just so stressful. You decided to travel by a recognized bus transit or company, right? Then they said that if the bus breaks down along the way, they started asking the passengers to contribute money to fix it. I was like, what? Is that even possible? Now, this guy didn't believe it. He had to make a video like, this can't be reason. But a lot of people, where I got this video from, a lot of people said, oh, that's what they do. That's how it is, man. Pay up.
No, you can't be keeping quiet. They will do it another part of that. I am very, very surprised that this thing is happening to us. A whole peace mass of all people. A whole peace mass transit. I know the CEO is not aware of this. I know Ogama Doka that owns peace mass is not aware of this. We the passengers are now contributing money to bypass that was spoiled by the bus in the bus. I know the CEO is not aware the way the managers are maltreating customers. Customers of Peace Mass Transit. My name is Odete TV. I want everybody to hear this. Oga, I know you are not aware the way your managers. We have called all the regional managers to come and tell to us. We are here stranded at Benue State. From Abuja, look at all of us standing here. I'm telling you, sir, if you are done with the transport company, close it. All of us came here because we know you are reliable. But look at what you are suffering at Benue State. I am not happy. I am not happy. I am not happy, okay? We are contributing money now to bypass. We are contributing money already. 1,000 each. To bypass, I want 12,000 naira. It's okay, no problem.
Bros, he couldn't believe it himself. We are contributing 1,000 naira to go and buy what? To fix the car after paying the normal fare. And that is not fair. It's not. Nigeria will frustrate you, man. When they live for that place, you know, you see, you are strong, oh, and that is always going to get worse. Okay, it trickles down. Once you have criminals in charge of your country, making decisions for every critical sector of your country, it will trickle down. How can a person won't live long? How do you intend to actually live long? So I'm praying for long life and prosperity. Are you sure? Which prosperity? Prosperity in poverty? Are you being serious? Say long life and prosperity. God preserve your life for what? For struggle, for suffering, for hardship. That is what that place represents. If you don't stop these rogues, they will never stop. Aregbe Mugbo Baba Kabiru said, Nigeria is courting revolution. Really? Are you sure? Say yes, Aregbe Mugbana. He said that Nigeria is courting revolution with the level at which things have become in Nigeria now. You'll be immediate past minister under Bukwari. You're supposed to jail. A man that single-handedly bankrupted a whole state. The first and the last state in Nigeria to be bankrupted by a governor, APC. Rather, he got rewarded with the position of a minister of Interior. Aregbe Mugbana Baba Kabiru is talking about revolution now. Rotifmi, Amechi, Ubima, Judas Iscariot. is also talking about a revolution. Everybody is now talking. Why is it that when you no longer have that power, or you are no longer in the corridor of power, or you are no longer sitting on the table where your feeding bottle is being refilled every now and then, that's when you now see clearly and believe that revolution is due? No wahala. We'll leave it at that, okay? So, brethren, thank you so much for being part of this chat this evening again. I have delivered my own part, and I know maybe some of us who have one or two things to add to this conversation tonight. You too, you can be part of it. However, last night I opened up a Telegram channel, which is for Mayegun's Diary Political. If you have a Telegram on your phone, you can also subscribe onto my Telegram channel. So I've started trying to cut my videos into like 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 1 minute as well. So I'll be dropping them in the channel where a lot of you can actually really download them and possibly share them wide instead of this 3 hours, 2 hours, 25 minutes and all those longer version, okay? Here is the link. You can go on and join. It's so straightforward and it is not being spammed like it. So also a shout out to our sponsor, and that is Ya Rasulullah's digital company, the platform that is giving our people a chance. It's called, a financial solution, a financial freedom, so to say. If you are looking for an alternative source of income, something that you are willing to get trained for, this may be what you need. All right. So everybody who has checked it out or still checking it out, kudos to you. Okay. So you need $149 to subscribe. What you have to do is say, you see this QR code. I always call it a barcode. But it's actually QR code. Okay. So if you take out your phone and turn the camera on and you point the camera on your screen at your screen right away, you will have a link. There is going to be a website that will pop up. Open it, read more, check it out, sign up. And then, like I've always said, right, this is not a get-rich-quick sort of platform, okay? Nobody is going to take your money and double your money or triple your money. No, this is a platform to train you on digital marketing and other, investment opportunities that you may. And if you really have the financial stability, it is for you. Or you are looking for more, okay? So if you are struggling and all that, this may not be for you. It's not for everyone. Remember that, okay? So if you subscribe and you get to get this training, and somehow you feel like it's not for you, you can always cancel it and get your money back. That is, the caveat about it. Check it out. And then maybe I may have just introduced you to what you have always been looking for. Financial freedom. Go for it. So thank you so much, everyone. I am going to be back in a minute or two, and then we'll take calls. So the line is going to be opened. Okay. So, and if you have to go, remember, like the broadcast, share it before you leave. I will be back in a minute or maybe two. welcome back. And thank you so much, to every one of you still around. I have the first caller this evening, and that should be Jefferson. So you.
Hello, how are you doing today?
Hello there. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing great. I'm doing great.
Fantastic.
Yeah, so many of your highlights from last week, from Trump to the break in transmission with your 26 minutes. I saw that. I was feeling, have they attacked your cyberspace? Because it was like you just went off air. And then you told us you're going to come back the next day, and the next day you were not around.
Yeah, it was just like what do you call it? A disruption, so to say, right? But it was from the broadcasting software, so to say. So it's nothing that big. That yet.
You're welcome back. Anyway. You're welcome back.
Thanks, man.
All right. So basically, I want to talk about they will say, Oiboma will talk, say, Olympus has fallen. So I'll look at it this way, the highlights of everything from the depths and of course, political craziness in Nigeria. And then the critical one, which has to do with the Islamization that they are trying to implement. What do you call it?
They are the ones.
The Lakurawa guys. Yes, I even wanted to get the name because someone wanted to know who the name of the terrorist group is. I couldn't get the name. It's Lakurawa, right? Okay, good. I'll still go and do my Lakurawa. Good. You see, I'm sorry to say this. There's a saying that there is no smoke without fire, right? Now, all these years of our independence in Nigeria, the northern border of Nigeria has been super porous, and our political northern elites, exactly, have been complacent. All these years, our northern brothers have not been sincere with us. They have not been telling us the truth about things, obviously, because they had a hidden agenda. Well, all of us in the south are looking forward for a collective Nigeria. Them in the north, we will say they are more Nigerian than us, but they have interior motive, always looking to how to conquer the next man. You see, and it's a very, very shameful thing. Marigo, you have to give me time to talk today. And it's very, very shameful. And what do I mean? Of course, all these years, the presidency have been going to the north. And they can't tell me they are not aware of all these things. Even Abacha said that if there's insecurity within, 24 or 1 week, and the thing has not escalated, know that 48 hours, know that the federal government is involved. So it's a very shameful thing that is happening right now. Our northern brothers, some of them will come on the air, they will be talking cock and bull and telling us, oh, there's a new terror group, tell us all manner of nonsense. And I'm sorry to say this, it is unacceptable. How if it was in the east or in the west, or even middle or other border of Nigeria, if we're the ones doing any of those things, will they tolerate it from us? It's a very big question we need to ask. It's a very big question we need to ask. They are now acting that they are trying to cry foul. We are not foolish now. We are not foolish. We know what they are doing. We know what they are doing. And unfortunately, with the way things are going now, there is no way they are going to convince us that they don't have an ulterior motive to bring religious fanaticism to all parts of Nigeria. And by the special grace of God, God keeping us alive and our generation, but we are not going to. Our people are not going to take it. One way or the other, there will be an uprising that will challenge all the status quo. It's unacceptable. It is totally unacceptable. And it's not nice what they are doing to us. It's not nice at all. They cannot tell us they are not aware. Now they will be lying to us. We are not foolish now. How can they be? Are we 3-year-olds?
Yes.
And they have been harboring them. Yes, and they have been harboring them.
They came out to say they are not. They are not. They said they are armless. They are They are not dangerous. But now
the same way they wanted to accuse Ejika at the time when he was trying to decimate Boko Haram. I say if you harm them, you're harming the North.
Yes.
They use it as a political tool, and they think Nigerians have forgotten. But one thing they know, the likes of Nigerians like me, we never forget. Even if it takes 50 years, just like an elephant will not forget if you harm it, me, I will not forget. And likes of like-minded Nigerians, we're not going to forget. I'm going to drag your attention to the international scene. If you watch the presidential election that happened, you know there was a Polish lawmaker in Europe that went to US after Trump won the election, and he made mention of border and how what they have been facing when the army was attacked in the border of Poland, and the steps they took in strengthening their border. Now in Europe, the European Union, they feel that he's crazy. But guess what? To some extent, that guy is not crazy because he is seeing the rise of fanaticism rising up. Some people will not go to agree with me, but it's like if they feel they want to be fanatic, or they think that they want to have monopoly of violence, everybody has it, including everybody, both me, both you down the show. Everybody has monopoly of violence, and then they not think that the other one that is crazy because the way things are going, they're actually bringing problems to themselves, and they go to resist it to the last. Just like they tried to do it in Imo State. They tried to do it in Imo State with what they call it, those what they call it. Is it those homeless people? When they tried it, it was a warning. It is a warning. Yes, it was a very big warning. Or you see all these political appointments. They bring Ojuku's wife, and they made an Igbo man. All those ones is not going to work because we in the East we are not foolish people. If you like, try to be political. We that when the people speak, they speak. Just like the incident that happened in this last election. It's the same scenario going to play. If you like, let them go and be in the top position and feel they can do whatever they want to do. The reality on ground is that the people will not take nonsense, and people are going to resist it. And by the grace of God, if they continue with this, they will get more resistance, and it will be stopped. Their plan is going to stop, and even them that is supporting this thing, one day is going to be a problem for them, because if they think it's so interesting, they should equally go and ask their Middle Eastern brother that they follow so well and want to be all holier than thou. Most of them who are called Muslims, they don't even like the extremism of Islam that even they practice. Majority of them are seeking solace in Europe, America, and Canada to have a safe haven because they know their rights and everything will be respected. They know the truth within their hearts, but because of the stupidity of being so right with their religion, they don't want to. They want to play it down. But they know that whatever they are enjoying in all these other countries, they cannot enjoy it in their home. Hence, they are looking for a safe haven. And if they don't want to respect other people's safe haven, we are going to play it back to them. And by the grace of all these other countries, yes.
Thank you.
Yes. That's my case.
Because of our time, all right?
All right. Thank you.
You've pushed the point.
Thank you.
Yeah, everybody heard you loud and clear, Baba. You stay safe, man. Here is another caller, and I think this is Prince Adebayo from Sweden.
My king.
How
my
are
king.
You? The Prince.
I'm fine,
Prince
my king.
Adebayo
My
from
king.
Sweden.
My king. My king. You keep doing it. You keep doing it. I give you hand. I give you hand.
Thank you so much, man. Sir.
Yes, my king. Through research, I've been doing a lot of self, how will I put it? Some research and looking at our country. One thing I observed is, like so many people said before, and you said it here one time, Nigeria has an Igbo problem.
Yes.
Yes. That problem, if you look at what is happening in the country today, that's what is happening in the country today transcends from that problem. But because Nigerians have been, Nigeria was set up like a business. So when a business, in a business, as the customer's behavior change, the businessman will change his strategies. That's what is happening in Nigeria. Now, that businessman or those behind it are the people we should be trying to unravel. And that's why I connected this with the Igbo problem. You see, in Nigeria as a setup, it's only the Igbo that have faced that business and tried to destroy it. That is why, that is why
consistently challenged the status quo.
They have faced that devil. When the devil see that you are powerful and you will never bend, he will tell many people lies about you, so that they will be attacking you. You will always be a problem to that devil. Whether you are involved or not, he will put it on your head. Have you ever observed? Let's use another scenario. In a room where there are several races, and you are one person who does not like racism, you know that they will always try to remove you from that room because you are a problem. And that is where the problem is coming from. Because if they can remove the woman from the scenario, they cannot deal with every other person. That's why you can have Lakurawa, you can have this. Now, the person, the original enemy of the devil, which is the Igbo man, cannot speak or challenge you. Now, you will not trace back. Why were so many Igbos involved in trying to remove the devil from the beginning that caused that Biafra war? The devil had his hand from the beginning in the setup. And the Igbo man knew that there cannot be justice in this setup that the devil has planted. And the Igbo man is the only one that has faced the devil face to face. Now, the same thing that happened before that Biafra war, my king, tell me, if you tell every Nigerian now, solve the problem, would they not tell you the same thing? If they give me chance, I will wipe out all these people that are causing this problem. It's not exactly. Exactly. You see, if they give you chance, now all the old military people now, all the old majors, they are scared. They don't want to do anything because they cannot face the devil. If you want to change that country, you will remove all these people that are causing this pain. Or you cannot because you don't want to face the devil. That is why they will always put the blame of Nigeria. If they want to deceive everybody, say, yeah, Igbo, this Igbo, this Igbo, that. So that you forget your pain. But the devil is still eating everybody. Remember, Lakurawa will eat here. The Okwama soldiers will eat here. These ones will eat here. They will just be eating all of you because they are not united. You cannot see. Now, if you trace back your problem, you will face the devil. The devil is not the devil is outside.
The last time terrorists in Nigeria really faced it. These days, right? It's either Boko Haram is fighting a swap. Even when they killed Alhaji Shekau, it wasn't killed by Nigeria. It was killed by the rival terrorists. And they will face themselves. They will kill like hundreds of themselves in the Islamic. But the last time that the Nigerian army actually went for them, swept them, was during the time of Ejirika. They said the army is not others, they were trying to wipe out the population of northern Nigeria. You remember?
My king, nothing is as you see.
Since
the more you look,
now,
the less you see.
Talk with the ear. Talk.
Buratai Inko. All the money that they gave him for weapon, where is it? Where is Buratai now? Who is protecting him? Why would they just remove him from there and make him ambassador to protect him? Buhari, why is this government stealing land? It's not because there's nothing to steal again. The oil has been mortgaged. Buhari stole us dry. Buhari stole 12 generations together. So the devil is, why can they not touch him? Because they too, they are criminals. But who is masterminding this? Is the devil himself. The devil is not within. The devil is outside. We have foreign overlords pushing their knees on our neck, using all these people to rule us. Now, if you try to remove them, they will say you are out, non-state actor. They will use international means to defeat you, and then they will come back. You understand where the devil is now? The devil is not in Nigeria. The devil is outside, using all these Tinubus and co, because they are criminals. So when they steal, they'll put their money in the devil's bank. So if you try to spoil the business, the devil will use all the NATO and everything to come for you. They will use their BBC and CNN. They will hide the story. They will tell the story like you are the problem. Then they will stab you. Nobody, the world will not know what's happening. You will die in a secret until they finish you. You will be empty. Then they will put another person.
Like there's always going to be willing, willing tools who are ready.
There's always willing criminals. Exactly. The devil is not inside. The devil is just pressing the button. All these Tinubus, they are just the servants of the devil because they too, they are weak. If you come out now with your patriotism and say, yes, now why do you think that Murtala was fight? You think it's just because they don't like? He was nationalizing the things that the devil wants to be sucking from. Why do you think that this Ogoni man, what's his name? Yeah. Why do you think that they fired him even upon that the case had international business? It's because the devil wants to be silent, because the devil is deeply involved in your land. The devil will remove a lot of people from the land.
So it does from generation to generation, year in, year out.
So generation, you can never. That's why you cannot defeat the devil by being, I want to go my way. Everybody needs to unite, then fight the devil, then decide to go. You understand? Baba,
and that is where Shore comes in. Thank you so much, Prince. You have a
about you too much.
Nice one.
Thank you.
So
yes,
I've got hello there. Another caller.
The General, Mayago.
Yes, sir. That's Wilson.
How are you, my brother? No, Mayago, this is Saviola calling you again from the land of Canada.
Oh, brother, how are you this afternoon? No, it's almost evening there, isn't it?
Yeah, it's evening. It's evening here, my brother.
Evening already. How you doing, Baba?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good, Mayago. The last caller, let me say the last caller spoke my mind, Mayago. But do you know where the problem in Nigeria is?
Tell us.
My brother, from the onset, Nigeria was never created to be a country. We now find ourselves, and they divided us through religions and tribalism.
That's right.
Use NSAS as an example. Because when we talk of this unity coming together to fight that devil that my brother just spoke about, what he said is actually the truth about what is happening in Nigeria. That's why if you try to come up with ideas, those of us that have migrated to Western world, study there, you come to liberate your people, that devil will come against you. You understand? But the problem is, how do we come together to resolve this problem? Because the truth is that we are slaves. Like it or not, there is nothing to paint about it. You know, black people like deceiving themselves. We are slaves, and that's why we are suffering in Western world. How do we liberate ourselves? We all know that the people that we are in a union together with, they have interior motive. And their interior motive is how to Islamize Nigeria. Like it or not, that's the truth. That's why they hate an Igbo man, not that an Igbo man have any problem with them. Because it is only an Igbo man that have that confrontation habit. They will confront you, we don't care. When they talk about revolution, coming together, my God, if we are to come together to fight those people, that devil, we must be willing to take away their willing tools from our midst. Let me ask you, just tell yourself the truth. How many youths are ready to do that?
It's only an Igbo man that can confront their elders. Our political
and that's
leaders.
Actually, why many don't like the Igbos for that.
That's why. That's why they don't.
You know, you have this confrontational personality. While
because
others
we hate evil,
will pretend to listen and say, "What is in it for me?" An Igbo man doesn't have to ask what's in it for him before he confronts what is called, injustice, so to say.
Injustice.
And Igbo man
yes,
will be like,
injustice.
you know what, that's wrong. We are going to, here you get. But others are still going to question like, what is in it for me? It's a shame, though.
Do you know why? Do you know why?
Why?
Many other tribes, they were brought up in that way. You know, we have we have different systems. Yes, they were socially conditioned in that way. The way you from the West see things is not the way we see things to handle it. We know our political leaders. I'm telling you the truth. All those of Kalu, they know Abaribe, they know that we can sacrifice them to change our life for good. I'm telling you the truth. They know that. But can those youths in the West do it? The Northerners cannot do it. You know why? Because it is a deliberate dehumanization. That is what I call it. That's what they did to the Hausa in the North. Fulani people did it so that they will never rise. The question is, you and who is going to unite to do this thing, as my brother said. That is what I'm trying. That's the problem. We in the
all
East,
being honest.
we
Sure you get.
yes,
It doesn't mean that
yes.
there are no, I mean, not what you get. There are no cowards in the eastern part of Nigeria who are selfish.
A lot of
Nigeria
them
who actually want to keep it this way. But if we are looking at the ratio of those who are willing to confront and go up, you know what I mean?
Yes.
You will give it to the Igbos, no doubt.
That is what I'm telling you, and that is what the problem lies. Now, if we find ourselves in that condition, my brother, how do we bring ourselves? Because to me, and as an Igbo man, I cannot remain a slave because others cannot do what I'm willing to do. You get what I'm saying? That's where the problem lies. Not that we don't know our problem. We know every problem, everything. And if you are pure at heart, you will know that Nigeria cannot survive. There is nothing to paint. It is not a crime to say it. Nigeria cannot survive because the disunity is there. The strength of every nation lies on the youth. The youth have been divided by tribalism and so there is no way it can stand. That's why there cannot be any revolution in Nigeria. If not,
the others are not. Even when
the others are not ready.
Let's do it. You see some others who are willing to actually side with the oppressors and bite you behind. And they're ready to even get you killed if they have to get you killed, as long as they get rewarded. We have seen it many times. We have seen that happen many times.
But that's the problem. That's the problem. So how do we live? How do we live?
Come together with who?
My brother, I've asked myself that question. How do we liberate ourselves? My good men are suffering. More than how many years? A lot of people are frustrated in overseas. I'm telling you the truth. These are men that are supposed to work hard, contribute to the coffin of the nation if we were to be a country that was truly built to develop. How long are we going to deceive ourselves? How long? We are not getting younger. If this generation miss this thing, I'm telling you, bro, we are gone. If this generation miss liberating ourselves, we are gone. The truth about it is that the solution is, my brother, you pull yourself out of this issue. It is difficult, but we can do it. Nobody will do it for us. The people holding you are not ready to allow you to go. No. If you go, who will come and be doing cleaning and PSW in their country? We have our parents back home. We were supposed to be taking care of our parents. But because they made the land to be poor, they put division and everything so that we will be poor. We now migrate here. We are doing the job to collect money. Let me ask you, do you think if somebody that is living in Canada that earns within minimum wage, if he is in Nigeria receiving $10, do you think the person will be in Canada?
No, it would rather be Nigeria, man.
My brother, but is it not human beings that made it possible in Canada? Bro, it's so...
It's just that, what I figured out as well, right, is that the multitude have been so sort of like brainwashed, not just about tribe, including religion as well. So that makes it a little bit... So if you want to do anything, it's like you have to force it into people. And when you choose the violence part of it, in this day and time, it also gets more people distance from you as well. I know, I don't want to, I don't want this. So it's so complicated that we believe that the further enlightenment, education, and the rest of that probably will liberate more minds in some ways, right? That when we
it's
to go after them, you have enough, enough enlightened people that will see why it's a necessary action that must be taken. Apart from that, it is, man.
No, definitely enlightenment will help a lot, and a lot of people are doing it. Some of them are getting the message, because when people like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu begins to spread this message, everybody saw his message from a tribal and religious perspective. But what he was saying is the truth. Is everything he has said is being revealed now to the consciousness and eyes of every human being. They are seeing it. So is there anything they are doubting about it? Even the blinds can hear the things they are saying is happening. There's nothing to doubt about it again. You understand? But when he began because he brought the message, they could not look at what he was saying. They were saying it that he's an Igbo man, he's an Igbo man, he's an Igbo man. Look at where we are.
Thank you so much, Baba.
Mayago, thank you so much, my brother. Okay. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Cheers, man. Here is Mochito. Hello there.
Hello, Mayago.
Hello, sir. How are you?
Good evening. Fine, good evening. And you?
I'm very well. Oh. If I say I go soon turn to, maybe I will actually soon turn to a rebel myself. And when I want to, maybe I will just, maybe one of these days I'm going to actually get back, relocate back to Yoruba land, and then just start living in the forest. You get that? So that once we begin to chase some of these criminals, that they can't sleep in their houses anymore. Maybe things will begin to take shape, because it's frustrating, man. It's like, when is it going to actually happen, man? Emoji.
Hello, Mayago. Thank you so much. Like I continue saying, you've done your best. From I never wanted to call him, but from what people are saying, Igbo, devil. But there's no devil. These people are the devil. You're looking at devil in front of you. Somebody that look at what Wike did. Demolish everything, kept people, women and children outside. Now, individuals are now buying mosquito net to give to their people. So our government, they doesn't have sympathy. They don't have no empathy. These people are just to take and eat alone. They are devil. People are calling devil somewhere. Based on what they said about Igbo. Yeah, Igbo, they have the spirit to ask questions. That's why the whole world never liked them. They have the spirit to ask questions, even though that thing will favor them. Let me just illustrate something. When you come to an Igbo man shop to buy granite, now, you came, you buy, you go away. You come again, you buy, you go away. When you come the third one, he will not sell it to you. He will ask question, is granite scarce? He will tell you, wait, I don't have it, but he still have the granite there. He will go and ask if granite is scarce. You will get the information if granite is scarce, whether he's going to put money. So, but the global world knows this one. They don't know this part, that Igbo man can give them fair deal on Nigeria. That's why they are using this. But I bet you, this thing that is happening in Nigeria is over 300 million people. Forget about this 240 they are talking about. When anything happens to Nigeria, it will affect everybody, even the Western world. It will affect everybody. There's no place in the world. They always put eyes on Igbo, especially Nigerians more, not Igbo now. Nigerians more in getting documents. But you see Camerooners, Kenya, they don't put the kind of strength they're putting on us, Ghana and Gambia, anywhere in the world. They always watch at us because they believe that we are wise. And if you look at this side, this is where the resources, this is where their shop is, where the counter, their biscuit and granite is. So there's a global conspiracy on the West. But the problem is that our brothers and sisters that we put there to lead us, those people, they don't have empathy.
No.
Because there's no way you will tell me that these guys did not have a small window for you to feed your people. So they will continue taking what they are taking. But these ones, they are taking, these guys, the one they left for them, they are taking all. Look at the Sultan of Sokoto. He never said anything about those children. He never said anything about these terrorists. That means they are behind them. They think that when they use those people to be buying time for themselves to live this life they are living till they die. Look at Sanusi. Sanusi Lamido Sanusi will be going everywhere preaching vanity upon vanity. But when you go into his compound, you will see a lot of Rolls Royce parking there. Once you step out of his golden gate, you will see a lot of children begging. You see people begging, and he will drive his Rolls Royce out, and somebody will be there hailing his name, shouting his name. But their people are dying. When you come to the west, people go to, apart from Lagos, go into Ibadan, all those places, Ekiti, all those villages. People that are based on their livelihood is based on farming and all these things. What they get is what they eat, and people are just hailing the criminal and wicked person that is there, packing all the money for himself. We come to East, you see them. You go everywhere. Look at Niger Delta. Do you know that the only thing Niger Delta, some villages in Niger Delta benefit is only the light from Shell. When you go there, you will see there's no road, there's no drinking water, nothing. They still use pitch toilet. They still shit in the river. Go to Niger Delta inside, but somebody will be there taking money from Shell, having gold chair. They will be calling him a teke. They will be calling this in Asari. They will be calling this one Tombolo. Go inside there, you see them suffering. So these people, they don't have empathy. Okay, when you come about the project Nigeria, when you go back to what this guy just said, I have a book, they call it Q 1966. When you go through that book, everything that is happening today is what happened that time before Nzogo, as a comrade himself, took his then they now turn it that is Igbo Q. Why did they pick up Nzogo's cup and went back to Kaduna to give him a presidential official burial? Had he been, now they started talking good about him. But when you come to Project Nigeria, they said Nzogo killed the Sultan of Sokoto. Sultan of Sokoto is he not a bigot? His interview is open in the air. People are seeing it. You see? So these people, when you come to religious people, these people are the one cooling people down, giving people false hope, taking the less money from people.
Really want to. This is what I figured out, MOG. There are some of us who have actually tasted the other side of life, comfort.
Yeah.
That we do not understand what freedom fighting truly means. You have to give up all comforts. If you want to fight for freedom for real, you have to give up all this luxury, all this fancy stuff. Because the people you want to deal with will come for you. And before, 100%. If they have to come for you, right, then definitely you have to turn their world upside down too. Put them on the run. And that's what a lot of people are not doing. So talking about these Niger Delta guys you are talking about, when they were doing all this, their Niger Delta militancy, they were not doing it for the people. Remember, they were living in the for themselves. So the moment they started
just to have goals everywhere,
they started building palaces for themselves. They started building luxuries for themselves. Now they don't want to die anymore.
No.
That's why the whole thing got messed up. So if we really, it's so difficult, it's so hard to actually see. I was reading about Cuba, right? Cuba in the late 40s, before Fidel Castro in the war called the Bay of Pigs War, right? These guys, they were living in the forest, and Fidel Castro happened to be somebody who was like, he came from this aristocratic family that it was not really bad off, wasn't worse off, right? But they were living in the forest for years. The day they finally made up their mind that they were they were freeing their people. Yeah, it was the war of a Bay of Pig, right? Baba, all the aristocrats, the wealthy guys, all these guys who are beholden to America, they ran away. The day they came, right? And since then, when they even got the power, Castro and co, they never lived a luxury life. They continued the life of austerity for their people. if not for Americans' punishment and all these sanctions against them, right, at the time. So we barely have that kind of people anymore. A lot of people that are complaining about all these things today, the moment they get the attention, they get the money, they will abandon the fight. Now they want to now live luxury. Look at all these guys. That's what is missing today.
Sorry, let me come in now. Do you know his second? I've forgotten his name. His second, the guy, the white guy, the other guy he was fighting with. They asked him, he wanted to go to Africa and fight. He said, no, they are not ready. They are still fighting for their stomach. He did not come. So see, Museveni, Paul Kagame, all of them, they went through all these things. Once they get money, they got money. They turn back on themselves, start eating money. Mobutu Seseko, where is he today? He came back this November because of $25,000 and power. Till today, where is he? So all these people, they don't have empathy and compassion, and they will still leave all this money and go away. Look at Tinubu. How old is he now? How can they look at what Jakonde did in 4 years? Why can't these people do it? Money everywhere. What are they going to do with this money? That's my own question. And they are still packing it. Thank you so much. We keep on talking till everybody will join this chorus.
Yeah, I mean, see, one thing is that which I am very confident of is that Nigeria the Nigerian ruiners, they continue to radicalize a lot of people. And when somebody said that that contraption will only be saved by, by Nigerians abroad, it is closer to the truth, okay? But there's something we must also add, and that is you would have to give up your life for real, to go back in there and effect that change. It is possible, it is doable, but how many people really want to do that? You can get killed anytime. But if you are ready to give up your life, you are going to have it. That's what they say. It's called. They say, he who is ready to lose his life will end up having it. Sure, you get. But for those who have, for majority, which I believe is a majority who complain about all these things, even on this platform and all that. Many of us are complaining, not because we really wanted to see something different. Many are complaining because they are not benefiting from this whole thing, which is primarily the reason for all this division to start with. Inequality, marginalization, and, few people living off what is supposed to be the commonwealth of many. But if anybody wants to effect any change, you have to actually give up the entire luxury, the entire, the entire selfish or greed in you. It takes so much. Because a fight like this will attract a lot of support. You have a lot of people who actually just want people to lead. And they will give up a lot for you, to fight for that land. Unfortunately, when some people are so selfish that they have not been able to conquer greed, when they lay their hands on these powerful things like this, like a movement that becomes so powerful, right? Then they themselves have to kind of become what they are fighting. It is really complicated, right? For somebody like myself, I am not a freedom fighter. Okay, I don't think I've become so radicalized to that level. When you look at the likes of Nnamdi Kano, Nnamdi Kano was controlling millions of people plus millions of dollars at his beck and call. But he never, for once, gets so greedy, selfish. If he was going to be like the likes of all this Asari and Co., Nnamdi Kano will be living a life of luxury, will be enjoying his life. Because the Biafrans were actually like begging him to take their money. Take, what do you want? Whatever you want, take this, take that. And that's why they are surprised when he was asking, when they called him to a meeting in Enugu with all these criminals, that what did you want? What do you want? He practically just told them, give them 11 demand. In all the demand, secure the Eastern Nigeria, try to open the seaports in Eastern Nigeria, provide jobs for the people. If develop the eastern part of the Eastern Nigeria infrastructurally, give them light, give them jobs, open this. There are stuff that have nothing to do with him personally. So the Devuluma and Co saw the list. They were like, So is this what you are fighting for? So that's the start of it. And then I want you as the political class to actually push for the referendum of the Igbo people out of Nigeria. They were surprised. We could give you this, they were like devil promising him, we could give you this, we could give you oil block, we could make you rich. He's already rich. The guy was sitting on the, on a big movement that is multi-million dollars movement, IPOB. You have no idea. When they release all their accounts to the public and say, this is what and what we have actually you'll be like, wow. So it wasn't that. So rare. That's why I'm so sad and really, really heartbroken that he played himself into their hand. It was meant to be more sophisticated than that. How did they actually get him kidnapped in Kenya? It's something that personally I said I'm going to ask him when this whole thing finally comes to the two of us having a chat, which will happen. Why would you even let that happen? To the point I was like, did you do that intentionally just because you wanted to prove what? Because it was so powerful that Nnamdi Kanu could have been the head of that contraption, truly. For some reason, he still have this soft spot for that place enough that it felt like it was talking to the reasonable people. But it wasn't talking to reasonable people. These were cold-hearted criminals. It's so powerful. You have no idea the kind of influence Nnamdi Kanu controls at the time, or the kind of money he controls. But yet he lives in the same flat in London. He never lived a life of a luxury. That's the kind of person. He declared himself a fighter, right? And somebody that could have probably lived so long to really break up that contraption at the time. Here is a caller. Hello.
Hello, Mayo.
Hey, Baba. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you doing?
I'm very well. Thank you so much.
Anyway, I've been listening to your calls today and everything they've been saying today. It's quite revealing, to be honest with you, to see what happens in a country like Nigeria. Like you said, most people today are only complaining because they're not the one wielding the power. People need to remember that Wike was once a local government chairman before he got to where he is today. He was begging for power till he got to where he is today. Look at how he used it. Yaya Bello was supposed to be the first youth to be given an opportunity. And what did he do with it? So sometimes you have to get to a point where in life, you get to a point where I think I once said it here, I say, we have to get to a point where we're willing to die for what we believe than what we're going to eat. And our culture does not honor posterity. Because there should be no way in the world that we have Murtala Mohammed Airport in Lagos and not name it Lateef Jakonde Airport or Awolowo Airport. These are the people that grow the area. So when people begin to look at that, it's like somebody in the UK now. You come to the UK, Queen Elizabeth is late.
That's right.
But when you walk through the area, you still see in the history, in the test of English you do in the UK, they tell you about the Queen, what she did, the places she attended, the event she broke out. You get my point? We don't have that. The only thing people always remember when you want to talk about Nigeria, they say, oh, there was a coup in 1966. Because they don't want to give you the fact of the people that created the coup, what led to the coup. And even after the coup, the so-called people that felt that they were offended by the coup have been ruling the country for over 40 years. What did they achieve with it?
They messed the entire place up, man.
They messed the entire place up. And that is the bit people are not saying. It's like, that's what I say. And I keep telling people, and I'll say it forever and ever. The day Nigeria decide to have regional police or state police is the day Nigeria begins to get better. That is if Nigeria is going to work. But for people like you chipping at that same thing they don't want to do, they will do it at the end of the day. Gone are the days. Tinubu started talking about where VAT come from. Was that a talk they used to talk? Like, I will say something and I'll repeat, it's your word, I'm quoting you now. You say the people that brought us here will not be part of people that are going to bring us to take us to the next place. But me, I paraphrase it. The people that brought us here, we're part of people that will spoil the system to take us to where we want to be.
Well,
because they are insiders. They know what is going on the inside. You are only talking based on information they've let out. There's some information they don't even let out. Imagine if it's an open book. These are the things that people don't actually think. If you know what you know, what would give Wike the audacity to go and demolish those houses? Why? Because he's done in Port Harcourt, it worked. Yes. All these things you see get done in a bigger scale has been tested somewhere.
Right. Even their Muslim ticket was tested in Kaduna. Kaduna was supposed to have been like a plural society.
And when people revolted, what happened? They killed as many people as possible and nothing happened.
They did.
So they say, you know what? If we can do it here, we can now take it to the center. These are minor things people are looking at. Like I called yesterday and I said, those people they brought, they told you they came from Niger.
The Lakurawa guys.
Yeah, the Lakurawa guys. They said they came from Niger. And I'll keep telling people one thing. This is Tinubu's final push to get either something happen in that Confederation of African Sahel state. Those guys they don't fall from thin air. According to intelligence report, they've been operating for over 6 years.
Yeah.
So why did they all of a sudden become so popular now when so new? It wasn't new. It's just that it's a phase. Since Shakara was killed, there is no business for the army guys. Tinubu invasion plan scattered because the Viandini scattered it. The French still have the French economy. You see, this last winter we're going through, European economy are going through a lot of headwinds. When I say headwinds, inflation you're experiencing in Europe is coming from lack of resources from those Sahel states. Because when French buy it at cheap price, they sell it to other European countries at a bit of a cut-off price. Now these guys are selling at market price. There is no more middleman. All the money go back to them. So where do French get the money to pay for their social, economic, social benefit? All those, they don't have that money is gradually eating from the reserve they have.
Drying up now.
The cost of what is going to happen in France, I mean, snowball into UK through the Channel crossing and other European countries. Is better off we create unrest in those countries so that we'll start getting our resources back. And Tinubu being a willing boy for them will be the person to push it. Sometimes they don't have to fight you with army like they did in what's this country called where the Nigerian people need to go and brought for air peace. There was this country that was fighting Sudan. In Sudan, they had the Janjaweed army.
That Sudan one, like
they have the Janjaweed army, right?
Is that it is not really making waves in the Nigerian media because you know something, that Sudanese war has been going on now for over a year too, right?
Yes.
And many people have been killed, but they have not even run out of weapons since because of two generals. Remember, it was two generals that were like disagree on who should take over control after Omar al-Bashir. But since then, these two camps have not run out of weapons. But guess who is controlling the mine, or who is buying from the mine that one of them is controlling? UAE as well. But it's not really making the media. It's unfortunate, right?
So now, Mike, link it up now. Link it up, yeah. If UAE is buying from, I can barely hear you, Mike, on this side.
They are the ones who are buying it from that mine, even though some said that it's just a conduit from UAE back to Europe. And when you say Europe, that's where you see France.
Ask yourself this question. The Zamfara gold, where did it end up in?
It's also passing through the UAE, then back to Europe.
So UAE, you're seeing, they've moved themselves from oil producing to money laundering system. And they launder for the highest bidder. All our politicians were laundering money there. So what you have to understand is you have to develop your economy to a point where you become accepted in the financial system. So what is happening here, like I said, is in Sudan, al-Bashir created the Janjaweed army. They were ragtag armies, aside from the main generals. When he was about to be taken out, he thought the Janjaweed general were going to defend him. The Janjaweed guys already control all the mines and resources. They're like, you know what? There's money in this thing, which is what Asari them have done in the Niger Delta. It's repeated itself. Because those people fighting, when somebody comes and say he's fighting for a cause, ask yourself, is this person willing to lay his life for this cause?
That's what I just said.
That is
well.
what
Like,
that is exactly what happened to you.
For my people, you must be willing.
I'm going to bring you to that picture now. Yeah, I'm going to bring you to that picture. When you're doing Yoruba Nation, I could see the passion in you, how you're trying to make sure that data security, website, everything was done.
Yep.
But some people were just waiting for you to create a platform so they can make money out of it. Because for them, it's economy. And I could see the anger in you when the whole thing collapsed. So it's how these things work. Look at Showore. Showore is willing to lay his life to make it work. But the people he's fighting for are more concerned about £5,000 to 5,000 naira to go and vote. And they'll come out tomorrow and go to church. They went to church yesterday, Sunday, and they are marching on the devil. Meanwhile, they are the devil. Because they are the ones that took the money to go and vote. On Friday, some of them went to mosques to pray to Allah. Meanwhile, they are stoning the black whatever mosque in Mecca. They're facing. They are the ones. They are the real devil. Because these things we are talking about are just the devil and good are just consciousness we create in ourselves to determine right from wrong. But unfortunately, people have not ascribed that to a higher being, and we are not taking responsibility in Nigeria. If somebody do something bad, he could tell you saying a devil push up. Where is the devil? Was the devil talking to you? Can you please show me where the devil was there talking to you? You play the audio, let's hear. No, but we don't want to take responsibility. I did something wrong, sorry. This is why I did it. Okay, we remove that element to make sure that next time you don't do it. But no, and that is the Nigerian factor and most West African factor. Because you that is fighting for them, they will turn against you now. I can guarantee you now, yeah, if tomorrow Yoruba Nation comes, people will find reason to say you're not qualified to be in even if it's a council of elders. They'll say, he's too young. Why is somebody in that age big? The elders should be as. They'll start putting the barrier up. But they don't forget that it's by contribution. And that is the problem we have as a people. We are not willing to die for what we want. You see, the Europeans, they are willing to die for anything they believe in. Even if it take them 100 years, they'll get there.
How come we don't have real freedom fighters anymore? Like, if you go back to history, all these books I have here, they analyze about how people sacrifice so much, right, back then to actually get what they want. And when you look at their ages, right, they were in their 30s, in their 40s. But today, right, majority have become so selfish that they don't take responsibility, just like you said. Those guys here in these books, right, they were willing to die. So many of them died.
Yes. But Maegu, wait, let me just explain to you now. Yeah. I'm just gonna use you as an example now. Yeah. Look at how long it took you to have a studio.
Yes.
The amount of time it took you to have a studio is an example of what happens to real freedom fighters. If you are doing all this TikTok show where you show your nyash, you open your body, you will get more subscribers than you have now.
I believe.
Because the value system has been degraded to the point where things that matter no longer matter. Everybody is trying to do, according to one of your caller, they say, I better pass my neighbor mentality. It's no longer about the common good.
It's just about, and you can easily see through a lot of people as well. Sure, you get. They are mostly they are looking for Messiah. Meanwhile, you talk about value system, where people actually need to understand that what you build to last is the value you built into it, if you want it to actually really last. Anything else, right, is just where everybody's trying to kind of get his own share. Let me get my own. Let me get my own and get out of here. And all that. And that can't really set anybody free, in my own opinion. It can't set anybody free.
It doesn't set anybody free. But the problem is, let me put it this way. The problem is short-term gratification.
Yeah.
The short-term gratification. I'll have 2 million today. I can walk into the store and tell them, close the shop. Now me, they drink today. When I drink, anybody can come and drink. I did it. That is the mentality they've created. And this is not because I don't blame the people doing it. I blame the fact that people don't challenge it. Parents no longer challenge where your child got money from. Brothers don't challenge where their brothers got money from.
Just get it.
Sisters don't challenge where their sister get money from. they're just concerned about, okay, we live in this block of street too. Everybody always look at us as the poorest person. Oh, but you keep person get money, bring the money. Let's us too show them too for one day. And that mentality now become standard of expected behavior. That is why people no longer question. For example, somebody go tell you, say, in one show Peter Obi, say, Peter Obi go here and win. This guy has 10 million as at 1998. $10 million, not naira. And you, in 2023, when the guy has over 100 million in his investment, want to come and show him pepper, that you have not even eaten 3 square meals. Is Peter Obi still not enjoying the life?
Value system. Somebody
now will tell you now, Mayogu, come to Nigeria and fight for us. But he is in Nigeria there. He is not fighting. Very dark man now. He's doing all this thing he's doing. He's doing what he's doing now. Yeah. I pray one day they don't put somebody don't come and tell him fake news and they end up killing him, because look at that Uber guy he saved. He saved the Uber idiot. The idiot came and did video to apologize.
So he's assaulter.
Like to the point where even Deji had to drop the case. Can you imagine? As you're in studio now, imagine you're bringing out my case. Say, oh, are they stranded for London? Are they try to go back? Or are they stranded for Scotland? Or are they stranded for Germany? Are they try to go back? When I can't reach Nigeria, I can't do video to apologize to the German government. Say, are they sorry for coming to their country to mess up their country? Say, I'm a Nigerian, evil people do. Like, how would you feel after broadcasting my case and people contributing? Just imagine that. That is what he did. That's what
it is to so many people as well. Anyway, Baba, thank you so much. Okay, we can always go on and on as usual. Okay, our time is pretty much up. So thank you very much for always adding your views to this. Okay,
you're welcome. Thank you.
So there's so much that can be achieved. I am not yet a freedom fighter. I am a teacher, but there is possibility that I am going to get to a stage in my life where I could actually become very radicalized. I am not ruling it out. I am not somebody who loves a luxury. Let me be honest. I love comfort as little as I can get it, but I am not somebody who loves a luxury in that way. I don't want to be a very rich person, even though I have the potential to be a rich person, so to say. But contentment in its way. But every now and then when I look at the society where I think my own children would have to grow up, it scares me, all right? And there are so many people like me who feels like those who are taking advantage of this society, right? They are not paying attention to the consequences of their actions.
My name is Uthman Kano, and the reason why we're here today is to protest the killing of innocent women and children, and men for that matter, all over Nigeria, especially in the northern part of Nigeria. We are not happy, we are not pleased with what is happening, and that is why we're here today. As you can see, there are a lot of Nigerians who are protesting about the killing of families, people who are determined to tear the country apart violently, and it is not something that we support. It is not something that we would like to see continue, and we are here today to send a clear message to the Nigerian government, to the High Commissioner, that what is happening in the country is unacceptable, and we cannot accept it. If that continues, it will lead to the violent disintegration of the country. There will be no more Nigeria for anyone to go to. There will be no Nigeria for anyone to refer to. In fact, what is happening in Somalia today will be like a tea party. So we cannot allow this nonsense to continue. Something has to be done. And the consequences of the actions of terrorism in Nigeria must be driven home to the people, so that even the terrorists themselves will be able to understand that there is no mileage in where they're going. The only thing they can accomplish is the breakup of Nigeria. If they think that they can cower people, if they think they can force people to be coerced into a religion which is not theirs, then they are clearly mistaken. We are asking for peace. We are asking for people to get together. We are asking for everybody who loves Nigeria, who is associated with that country, to please prevail upon terrorism in Nigeria so we can bring it to an end. That is why a multitude of Nigerians are gathered here today. Those of us in the UK are determined to work with the government for peace. We are determined to work with the international community for peace. But one thing we cannot stomach is a repeat of 1966. What is happening today in Nigeria was the reason why Nigeria fought a bitter civil war for 3 years between 1967 and 1970. If this continues, there will be another civil war in Nigeria. And this time around, no place will be safe in Nigeria. This time around, nobody will be safe in Nigeria. So it is imperative that everybody who has the interest of the country at heart acts now and immediately to stop this nonsense from...
You get that? The world is no longer where it was. And then everyday action of these politicians, right, is actually pushing a lot of people into the precipice. I just hope that we will have people who have control over their mind, right? People who are not selfish or self-centered, and people who are indeed, who actually really love their people from across that contraption as it is currently formed, right? That they would not eventually, they would in fact, right, come together and end this madness in a very brutal way. It is getting there. It's not going to be the military. It's not going to be some other, political acts. It's going to be people who are willing to actually let go of their life, and they will let go of all of other comfort that they have. And it's not going to be an easy thing for the establishment. I'll leave it at that. So like I said, I'm still a teacher now. Okay. I'm the one who is kind of trying my best to, continue to water the subconsciousness of a lot of young people, so as for them not to fall into the same pit that those before us, and some of us are already falling into as we speak. Because see, nobody is coming to save anybody. That is my own sort of, view of this whole thing. But we will get those who are indeed, right, who will value what freedom truly means and go after those who decided to force this mental slavery on us and force it on those, to force it on our own children and children's children. So we'll leave it as it is for now, and I'm going to see you again. Remember, like the broadcast, share it, and maybe if you follow my my Telegram, if you follow that, you are likely going to be able to download all the short clips from this broadcast today. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and don't forget, if you have to check out on our sponsor, the Yarasulullah digital company, so to say, go check it out and come back here to tell me what you think. Enjoy the rest of the evening, and please stay safe. Good night.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Mayegun dayari politico. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari. súnra kì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Lórí YouTube.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Presido bá rúfin o.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Kí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń gba rìbá.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀. Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkanṣá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Ha! Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́run sọ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sè mọ́bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀bọ̀ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́, ó ti jọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ fòyà. Àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lápàrà o, ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o àkàmù. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì o. Ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.